Chapter 989. Qin Feng stayed in Hero City for 3 days straight. He calculated that it was about time for him to head to the martial arts circle convention, but before he left he wanted to help his brothers and women in Hero City increase their realms. That way if anyone came to challenge Hero City in the future, Qin Feng would not have to worry too much. Qin Feng was sitting in a herb garden, and his consciousness entered the Hedonist sovereign system. After completing the William family's mission, Qin Feng had saved 280,000 Hedonist points. Activating the star technology interface required 500,000 Hedonist points, which was obviously not enough. Little pig, is there any medicinal pill in the system that can help Zhao Ling Xian and the others break through? Qin Feng planned to spend some Hedonist points to help everyone level up and save some Hedonist points to forge a galaxy flying sword. Master, there are many medicinal pills in the system that can help everyone level up. However, Master has too many women and brothers. It would be a great loss for Master to buy all of them, Little Pig said. Do you have a good suggestion? Master, you can set up a spirit gathering formation in Hero City. Hero City's location is very good. With the spirit gathering formation, Zhao Ling Xian and the others will be able to break through very quickly, Little Pig said. Spirit gathering formation? Qin Feng thought of the 5 elemental formation secret book that he obtained from the mission. This secret book recorded simple formations and knowledge on how to break them. When Qin Feng and Hua Yan explored the ancient martial arts ruins in the provincial capital's Ghost Mountain, they used the 5 elemental formation to break many formations in the ruins. Qin Feng searched through the 5 elemental formation memory and found the method to set up a spirit gathering formation. After looking through it, Qin Feng had a general understanding of the spirit gathering formation. Setting up and breaking formations were very profound knowledge. As early as the 3 Kingdoms period, Zhuge Liang often used formations to subdue his enemies. Setting up a formation required a lot of supplementary materials. This was the first time Qin Feng had actually set up a formation. Although it was the most common spirit gathering formation, he still studied it for a while. After preparing all the materials needed to set up the formation, Qin Feng started to set up the formation. He took out more than 30 low-grade spirit stones from the Emerald Spirit Ring. If he wanted to maintain the normal operation of a formation, he needed materials like spirit stones as a source of energy. Bang bang bang. Qin Feng placed over 30 spirit stones in front of him and continuously circulated his inner qi onto the spirit stones. First, Qin Feng had to inscribe some rune markings on these spirit stones so that they could be integrated into the operation of the formation. After working for half a day, more than 30 spirit stones were completed. A layer of faintly discernible golden runes appeared on the surface of the originally glossy jade stones. So. Qin Feng waved his hand and spirit stones filled the sky. Then they landed around the herb garden, forming a circle with a circumference of 30 meters. This circular area was the area where Qin Feng had set up the spirit gathering formation. With the spirit gathering formation in operation, the surrounding spiritual energy would automatically be absorbed and condensed into the formation. Sitting inside the spirit gathering formation, Qin Feng could clearly feel the spiritual energy of heaven and earth increasing continuously. After spending an entire day, Qin Feng finally completed the preliminary stage of this spirit gathering formation. The range of the spirit gathering formation wasn't large. It could accommodate 20 people cultivating inside at the same time. If he wanted to set up a spirit gathering formation that covered the entire Hero City, it was clearly impossible with Qin Feng's current strength. Master, the spirit gathering formation is located in the center of the herb garden. It can automatically condense the spiritual energy released by the surrounding spiritual herbs and spiritual plants. Also, the spiritual energy drifting from Devil Beast Mountain will also be condensed. The speed of cultivating inside the spirit gathering formation will be at least 2 times faster than outside. Qin Feng was slightly shocked when he heard Little Pig's voice. Qin Feng only spent a day to set up this small spirit gathering formation. He didn't expect it to be so useful. Qin Feng thought that when he became stronger in the future he would set up a spirit gathering formation and some other overlapping formations. Then wouldn't the entire Hero City become a holy land for cultivation? Little Pig could read Qin Feng's thoughts. It continued to say, Master, you used low-grade spirit stones to set up the spirit gathering formation. This small formation can last for a month. If you use mid-grade and high-grade spirit stones, or even rarer energy items like ice crystals and sea spirit stones, the formation will last longer and its effects will be greatly improved. There are many types of spirit gathering formations. Master, this is the most basic spirit gathering formation. It can only condense ready-made spiritual energy. For example, the spiritual energy produced by spiritual herbs and spiritual plants, or the spiritual energy drifting from Devil Beast Mountain. However, the stars in the universe and everything in the world actually contain spiritual energy. Many objects produce spiritual energy that needs to be transformed before they can condense. For example, the Song River that separates Devil Beast Mountain and Hero City. Every day the ebb and flow of the river will produce energy. This energy contains spiritual energy. At the place where the river converges into the sea, there is spiritual energy that has been accumulating for tens of thousands of years at the bottom of the sea. However, these spiritual weapons won't come out by themselves. If Master can set up a formation to draw them over, then it will be a real spirit gathering formation. Qin Feng was a bit fascinated as he listened. He thought of the vast and endless sea, the barren and boundless galaxy and stars. Qin Feng suddenly felt how insignificant he was. In China, Qin Feng was one of the 9 dragons. He was one of the most powerful martial artists in the secular world. But what about the entire martial arts world? What about the entire world? A year ago, Qin Feng was still a powerless hedonistic young master. Although he had grown stronger and stronger, Qin Feng's horizons had also increased. He realized that no matter how strong he was, there would always be an even stronger enemy waiting for him. Now it was the godly dragon. But after defeating the godly dragon, would there be an expert of another level? Qin Feng's mind was full of thoughts. He had obtained the hedonist sovereign system for almost a year, and it was only now that he began to truly understand the power of the system. Qin Feng didn't even know how many of the interfaces of the system he had unlocked in the past year. The existing interfaces were all more powerful than the last, so what astonishing things would appear in the hidden interfaces? Qin Feng found it hard to imagine. Qin Feng, so you're here. I couldn't find you for a whole day. Qin Feng was deep in thought when he heard a bell-like complaint. Zhao Lingxian and the other women ran to the medicine garden. They had been looking for Qin Feng for a whole day. The spiritual qi here is so dense. It's more than twice as dense as the other places in Hero City. Hua Yan and Ren Xiaoyao were the strongest out of all the women. As soon as they came to Qin Feng's side, they discovered that something was wrong. It really is dense. Qin Feng can't be cultivating here, right? All of the women looked at Qin Feng curiously. Qin Feng composed himself and came back to his senses. What Little Pig had just said was using the spirit essence of the great rivers and rivers, the power of the stars and the power of the universe. These were things that were too far away from Qin Feng's current level. Even the 5 elemental formations didn't mention these formations. It only mentioned the most basic spirit gathering formation. I've set up a spirit gathering formation in this medicine garden. This formation can last for a month. In the future, everyone can cultivate here. It'll be twice the result with half the effort. Qin Feng explained the reason to the women. All of them were women that Qin Feng had already decided on. Qin Feng had nothing to hide in front of them. Spirit gathering formation? Isn't this a legendary formation? Did you set up this formation yourself? Qin Feng, you're amazing. Hua Yan exclaimed. Ren Xiaoyao was also astonished. When the 3 of them went to explore the Ghost Mountain ancient martial ruins, only Qin Ernyang knew a thing or two about arrays. Qin Ernyang even tricked everyone. She didn't expect Qin Feng to also know how to set up an array. Moreover, he had completed a spirit gathering array by himself. Hua Tuo and Hua Bei had already sensed the abundant spiritual qi in this medicine garden. When they saw Qin Feng, Hua Tuo understood everything. Lu Jia Yunzhe and Huang Jingguo were also here. Long Hair also ran over. All the people that Qin Feng had introduced to the ancient martial arts gathered around Qin Feng. Everyone could feel the abundant spiritual qi around them. They couldn't help but sit down and start cultivating. Lingxian, eat this pill. Qin Feng stayed by everyone's side and carefully observed everyone's changes. When someone was about to break through, Qin Feng would go up and help. Without hesitation, Zhao Lingxian opened her mouth and ate the pill that Qin Feng fed her. A majestic wave of spiritual qi spread through Zhao Lingxian's body and filled her meridians and bones. Bang! A muffled sound rang out as Zhao Lingxian successfully broke through. Perhaps it was because of her natural charm, but she leveled up much faster than the other women. Within a few hours she had broken through to stage 4 inner chi. Qing Qing, open your mouth. Wen Jing, don't rush. You still need to cultivate for a while. Bei Bei, the way you circulate your chi is wrong. Let me guide you. Bang. 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 After Zhao Lingxian broke through, a series of loud sounds rang out in the surroundings. One by one the beauties began to break through their bottlenecks. They had been stuck at their bottlenecks for a long time. Previously no one had guided them. Now that Qin Feng used the pill and abundant spiritual qi to help everyone, they successfully broke through their bottlenecks. Lin Bei Bei, Bai Qing, Lu Wenjing and Long Hair all broke through to stage 3 inner qi. Due to her constitution, Zhao Lingxian broke through to stage 4 inner qi. Hua Yan, Ren Xiaoyao and Huang Jingguo all broke through to stage 8 inner qi. Lu Jia Yunzhe and Su Qiuyu also broke through to stage 7 inner qi. Yun Xiao, Su Xiatian, Li Yuchen and the beauty duo were all ordinary people. After Qin Feng helped them break through to stage 1 inner qi, they felt the huge changes in their bodies and were stunned. Everyone broke through quickly and were very happy. They cultivated until midnight and couldn't stop. Qin Feng saw that Zhao Lingxian broke through twice in the middle of the night. He was afraid that there would be side effects if she broke through too quickly, so he stopped Zhao Lingxian from cultivating and helped her stabilize her current strength. Qin Feng, why you come with me to a place? Zhao Lingxian suddenly looked at Qin Feng with a charming expression on her face. Zhao Lingxian was a natural charm. Ever since she had sex with Qin Feng, she emitted a seductive aura. Especially after she started cultivating, this aura became even more intense. Now that Zhao Lingxian had broken through to stage 4 inner qi, she was like a fairy that descended to the mortal world. Sanjiang. Chapter 990. Qin Feng didn't know why Zhao Lingxian was looking for him, so he followed her to a nearby herb garden that had no one around. The herb garden was filled with all sorts of spirit grasses and spirit beads. Some of the spirit beads were so big that they blocked their line of sight. It was night time, so the two of them couldn't see the people cultivating on the other side of the herb garden. Lingxian, I'll be leaving tomorrow morning. In the future, spend more time with your sisters. If anyone comes to cause trouble in Hero City, you have to tell me first. Thinking about leaving tomorrow, Qin Feng couldn't let go of his women and friends. Zhao Lingxian leaned into Qin Feng's embrace. Ever since Qin Feng had returned, she hadn't had a chance to talk to him like this. Don't worry. Right now our strength has increased and your spirit gathering matrix can last for another month. We'll definitely train harder and we won't let anyone harass Hero City anymore. I've specifically asked Lu Jia about you joining the martial arts tournament, and he said that all the sects outside the world of martial artists will be there. You have to be careful. As Zhao Lingxian spoke, she became more and more worried about Qin Feng. She suddenly flipped over and sat on Qin Feng's body, wanting to vent the uneasiness in her heart. Under the moonlight, Zhao Lingxian looked incredibly beautiful. Qin Feng didn't resist at all. He stretched out his hand, hugged Zhao Lingxian and started to passionately kiss her. Qin Feng and Zhao Lingxian ignored the people cultivating in the spirit-gathering formation. The two of them became one, and it was as if they were the only two people left in the world. Zhao Lingxian hadn't experienced the things between a man and a woman in a long time, so she was very passionate tonight. Her voice was like the chirping of an oriole, and as it fell into Qin Feng's ears, he felt as if his body was about to burn up. The sky gradually brightened and Qin Feng and Zhao Lingxian stopped cultivating. After a night of cultivation, Lin Bei Bei and the others felt that their strength had increased by quite a bit. When the sky became bright, everyone rested and came to find Qin Feng. Qin Feng and Zhao Lingxian had long since put on their clothes and were sitting on the top of a mountain watching the sunrise. The other beauties also sat in a row next to Qin Feng, watching the sunrise in the east. The scene was beautiful and peaceful and everyone felt warm and content. They wished that time could stop at this moment. Lu Jia Yunzhe, I'm going. Help me look after Hero City in the future. Huang Jingguo, Long Hair, continue being the protectors of Hero City. Senior Hua Tuo, why don't you stay in Hero City and help me increase everyone's realm? Refine whatever medicinal pills they need for a breakthrough. Qin Feng gave different instructions to everyone. Everyone nodded, but Qin Feng didn't give any instructions to the women. He was afraid that once he opened his mouth he wouldn't be able to finish talking until the night came. Qin Fen left. His figure gradually disappeared from the outskirts of Hero City. In the end he turned into a shadow. No one sent him off. They stood at the top of the mountain and watched Qin Fen leave. All the women wept silently. They didn't know how long Qin Fen would have to wait before he could come back and reunite with them. They kept the words of farewell in their hearts. Everyone's faces were red as they silently prayed in their hearts. Qin Feng, you must come back safe and sound. Qin Fen wasn't a pretentious person. Although he was a bit reluctant, he quickly calmed down. After leaving Hero City, Qin Fen prepared to go to the capital. Qin Fen didn't know the specifics of the martial arts circle convention, so he planned to ask his grandfather, Qin Shitian. I'm Qin Fen. Qin Fen walked out of the terminal of the capital's international airport. As soon as he turned on his phone, it rang. Brat, I'm your grandpa Dongfeng. Where are you? Come to the Dongfeng garden. Qin Fen was stunned. He didn't expect it to be Dongfeng Mingwang. Back in the Dragon Gate, Qin Fen heard from Yan Wushuang that among the 9 dragons of China, the 5 dragons were conferred the title of Marquis, and the Divine Dragon was conferred the title of King. Any expert who was conferred the title of Marquis would be given a private territory by China. Dongfeng Mingwang was given the Dongfeng Garden, and he built it into the Dongfeng family's old mansion. Qin Fen hadn't been there yet. Grandpa Dongfeng, I have something urgent to do. Just tell me over the phone, said Qin Fen. Brat, you are my grandson-in-law. Do you think I can't invite you? Don't forget that I was the one who protected you for a while when you were defeated in the Amethyst Dragon Palace. Dongfeng Mingwang complained. Qin Fen was speechless. He smiled and said, that's not what I meant. I really have something urgent to do. I just came from Acropolis City, and I need to go back to the Qin Mansion to participate in the Martial Arts Circle Conference. If Dongfeng Mingwang didn't remind Qin Fen, he would have forgotten that he had a fiancée, Dongfeng Qin Shui. Haha. Oh Tianyi, you want to participate in the Martial Arts Circle Conference? Then don't say anything else. Where are you? I'll send a car to pick you up. I just left the airport. Qin Fen was confused by Dongfeng Mingwang's words. Alright, the car will be here in 10 minutes. If you run away, I'll go to the Qin Mansion and fight with your grandpa Qin Shitian. Before Qin Fen could speak, Dongfeng Mingwang hung up. Qin Fen was speechless. He could only wait in the airport lobby. In less than 10 minutes, a military Hummer stopped outside the lobby. The cool red military license plate attracted many onlookers. An old man in a suit and leather shoes got out of the car. Qin Fen had already walked out of the lobby. He knew this old man. He was the old butler of the Dongfeng family. Uncle Lin, long time no see. Qin Fen greeted. Young Master Qin, please get in the car. The master has already prepared food and wine to welcome you. Butler Lin was very polite to Qin Fen. Although he was much older than Qin Fen, he used honorifics when speaking to Qin Fen. After all, Qin Fen was one of the 9 dragons of China. His status was equal to Dongfeng Mingwang. Then I'll have to trouble Uncle Lin. Qin Fen got into the Hummer under the envious and jealous gazes of the crowd. The car rumbled and sped away. In the car, the driver was focused on driving. Butler Lin sat in the passenger seat and Qin Fen was alone in the back. Qin Fen hadn't seen Dongfeng Mingwang in a long time. He didn't know why this old man suddenly wanted to see him. Uncle Lin, why is Grandpa Dongfeng looking for me? You should know, right? Uncle Lin quickly turned around and said with a smile, Young Master Qin, I don't dare to ask too much about the master. Please wait patiently. We'll arrive at the Dongfeng Garden in 10 minutes. When you see the master, you can ask him yourself. Seeing that Uncle Lin didn't say anything, Qin Fen simply leaned against the leather seat and closed his eyes to rest. The car drove steadily until it finally arrived at the Dongfeng family's old residence. The Dongfeng Garden was very large. It occupied a large piece of land in the provincial capital, where every inch of land was worth its weight in gold. Just driving from the entrance to the main residence took more than 10 minutes. It was much more luxurious than the current Qin Manor. Haha. Grandson-in-law Qin Fen, I've finally invited you. When the car stopped in front of the main residence, Dongfeng Mingwang came to greet them. There was a large line of people standing at the entrance. They were all the main relatives of the Dongfeng family. Dongfeng Qin Shui and Dongfeng Haoran were also standing in the crowd. Grandpa Dongfeng, don't slap my face. If you wanted me to come, how could I not come? Qin Fen and Dongfeng Mingwang had known each other for a long time. They had a good relationship, so Qin Fen didn't say any polite words and started to complain. Dongfang Mingwang liked Qin Fen's personality. He patted his shoulder and said with a smile, "You stinking brat, now that you've become the Green Dragon of China, you're quite capable. What's wrong? Are you unhappy that I called you here? How would I dare to do that? Why don't you tell me why you're looking for me?" Qin Fen went straight to the point. Dongfang Mingwang wasn't in a hurry. He looked at the crowd and said, "Come, let me introduce you. These are your parents, that's your third aunt, that's your second uncle, and that's your grandmother. You stinking brat, why don't you call someone?" Dongfang Mingwang introduced all the important relatives in his family. Then he glared at Qin Fen with a cold expression. Qin Fen's mouth twitched. Was this old man trying to force him into a marriage? "Grandpa, what are you talking about? I haven't developed a relationship with Qin Fen yet. I'm not sure if it'll work out or not." Dongfang Qingshui couldn't stand it anymore and stood up to protest. Qin Fen's gaze fell on Dongfang Qingshui. She wore a snow-white dress and white knee socks. Her long hair cascaded down her back like a waterfall, and her eyes twinkled like the stars in the night sky. They hadn't seen each other for a while, but Dongfang Qingshui was still so ethereal and moving. Her expression was calm as if nothing in the world had anything to do with her. While Qin Fen was examining Dongfang Qingshui was also looking at Qin Fen. However, she was glaring at Qin Fen coldly. For months ago, the two of them met a few times at Jingdi University. At that time, Dongfang Qingshui didn't know that Qiao Feng was Qin Fen. At that time, she purposely got close to Qiao Feng and wanted to use Qiao Feng to chase away those annoying suitors. At the same time, she also wanted to anger her fiancé, Qin Fen. In the end, Dongfang Qingshui found out that Qin Fen was Qiao Feng. This made her very unhappy. She felt like she was being played by Qin Fen. As the pearl of the Dongfang family, Dongfang Qingshui's pride and backbone were incomparable. When she thought about how Qin Fen had never taken the initiative to look for her since they were engaged, let alone show concern for her, Dongfang Qingshui felt angry and humiliated. Seeing that Qin Fen wasn't willing to call someone, Dongfang Mingwang couldn't do anything. He suddenly smiled at Dongfang Haoren and said, "Haoren, what are you waiting for? Your brother-in-law is here, hurry and call him brother-in-law." Dongfang Haoren had seen Qin Fen in the soaring cloud manner before. At that time, Qin Fen was still Qiao Feng. Now, of the capital's 4 young masters, Lu Shu, Yang Can, and Sima Xiang, were all Qin Fen's underlings. Rumors said that Dongfang Haoren was also Qin Fen's underling. Although Qin Fen had never made things difficult for Dongfang Haoren for Dongfang Qingshui's sake, Dongfang Haoren still felt a bit uncomfortable. He had a bit of enmity towards Qin Fen. "Grandpa, my big sister will marry whoever she likes. It's the 21st century now, so don't force my big sister. Before my big sister takes the initiative to say that she likes Qin Fen, I won't call him brother-in-law." Dongfang Haoren angrily glared at Qin Fen, but Qin Fen only smiled. He had too many women now and didn't plan on having a relationship with Dongfang Qingshui. Moreover, this woman was Dongfang Mingwang's granddaughter. She was cold, arrogant, and noble. If he really took her, then his harem would explode. If they really fought, Qin Fen wouldn't be able to blame Dongfang Qingshui. Sanjiang. Chapter 991. You stinking brat, do you want a rebel? Quickly call me brother-in-law. Qin Feng and Dongfang Qingshui didn't like each other, so Dongfang Haoren also joined in. This angered Dongfang Mingwang to death. He glared at Dongfang Haoren and scolded him. The old patriarch was China's red dragon, so his prestige was quite strong. Although Dongfang Haoren wasn't happy, he could only look at Qin Feng and say, "Brother-in-law." Qin Feng wasn't prepared to agree, but Dongfang Mingwang suddenly said, "That's right. We're all family. If you call him brother-in-law, Qin Feng will definitely agree. Otherwise, I'll kill him with one slap." Qin Feng felt a boundless and profound aura erupt from Dongfang Mingwang. His body trembled and he laughed. "Huh. Little brother Haoren, if you encounter any problems in the capital in the future, just use the name of your brother-in-law. I guarantee it will be useful." Seeing Qin Feng succumb so quickly to her grandfather's tyranny, Dongfang Qingshui glared at Qin Feng. She felt that Qin Feng had no backbone. Qin Feng felt extremely sullen and ignored Dongfang Qingshui's disdainful gaze. "Your grandfather is scaring me, not you, so of course you're not afraid." "Huh. Come. Today the Dongfang family's grandson-in-law is here. This is China's azure dragon, Qin Feng. Our Dongfang court is basking in his glory. Dongfang Mingwang's face changed faster than flipping a book. Qin Feng cursed this shameless old man in his heart. Because of Qin Feng's identity, the Dongfang family's relatives didn't dare to put on airs in front of him. Moreover, Dongfang Mingwang loved Qin Shui the most. Sooner or later, Qin Feng would become Qin Shui's man. In the future, the Dongfang family might even belong to Qin Feng. Senior Azure Dragon, I've heard a lot about you. It's rare to see you today. You're truly a dragon among men. It's our Qin Shui's good fortune to be able to follow such an outstanding talent like Qin Feng. When your wedding date is set, the Qin family and the Dongfang family will be one family. You will be the strongest family in the capital. Everyone crowded around Qin Feng and entered the main residence. Dongfang Qin Shui and Dongfang Haoren were the lowest, so they could only follow at the back. Half a year ago, when Dongfang Qin Shui first found out that her grandfather had betrothed her to Qin Feng, Dongfang Qin Shui was extremely against it. At that time, Qin Feng was just a hedonistic young master of Acropolis City and had a notorious reputation. Not long after that, Qin Feng rose to the heavens and became one of China's 9 dragons, the Azure Dragon. Seeing Qin Feng receive the entire Dongfang family's warm welcome, Dongfang Qin Shui was so angry that she almost crushed her teeth. She felt humiliated by Qin Feng. Qin Feng walked into the inner room. The round table in the hall was already filled with a sumptuous lunch. Feng Qing 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 Qing, Qin Feng Qing, Qing 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 Feng and Feng Qing He Qing Dong Qing. Feng Ming, Dongfang Qing Shui Qing, Dongfang Dong Kum Qing Sit. Dongfang Qing Shui glared coldly at Qin Feng, but she didn't dare to disobey her grandfather, so she unwillingly sat next to Qin Feng. A fragrant aroma assailed his nostrils. Qin Feng looked at Dongfang Qing Shui. At such a close distance, this woman was still as flawless as ever. Her frosty and charming face was so delicate that it could be broken by a single blow. Her skin was like porcelain, and her exquisite facial features were formed naturally. Grandpa Dongfang, you didn't call me here just to eat, did you? Qin Feng felt helpless. He had just left Hero City and was ready to fight his way to the martial arts conference, but he was dragged here to eat and drink. Of course there are other things, but let's eat first. You and Qin Shui got married half a year ago, but you haven't come back for a meal. That's not right. Under Dongfang Mingwang's tyranny, Qin Feng could only eat with everyone. The atmosphere at the dining table was very lively. The Dongfang family members toasted Qin Feng one by one. Dongfang Qin Shui's parents even vaguely mentioned their wedding date, which made Dongfang Qin Shui embarrassed. Qin Shui, why do you only care about eating? Hurry up and get Qin Feng some food. Dongfang Mingwang looked at his granddaughter reproachfully. Dongfang Qin Shui was so angry that she felt like she had to rely on Qin Feng because she couldn't get married. However, with so many family members present, Dongfang Qin Shui didn't dare to throw a tantrum. That would be like slapping her grandpa's face in public. Grandpa was the Red Dragon of China. Come eat more meat. You need to grow stronger. Dongfang Qin Shui started to put food into Qin Feng's bowl with all her might. In the end, Qin Feng discovered that all the meat she put into his bowl was fatty. The entire plate of braised pork was put into Qin Feng's bowl by Dongfang Qin Shui. Ahem. You're too naughty. Dongfang Mingwang was amused. He stared at Dongfang Qin Shui dotingly. Qin Feng had no choice but to put down his chopsticks. This woman didn't want him to eat. The meal lasted for more than an hour. Everyone was full. Under Qin Feng's constant urging, Dongfang Mingwang finally stood up and dismissed the meal. After the Dongfang family members bid farewell to Qin Feng, they gradually left. Dongfang Qin Shui was about to leave with the others. However, just as she reached the door, Dongfang Mingwang called her back. Qin Shui, stay. Grandpa, I'm a little tired. I want to go back to sleep. Dongfang Qin Shui held her forehead and pretended to be sleepy. Sleepy? Then let Qin Feng help you back to your room. You guys can rest together, Dongfang Mingwang said calmly. Ahem. Grandpa, I'm suddenly not sleepy anymore. Why are you looking for me? Dongfang Qin Shui almost fainted from anger. Dongfang Mingwang was secretly amused. He looked at Qin Feng and Dongfang Qin Shui and said, "Follow me to the study room. I have something to talk to you guys about." Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui followed behind Dongfang Mingwang. The two of them walked shoulder to shoulder, but they ignored each other as if they were strangers. When they arrived at the study, Dongfang Mingwang sat on a tea table. Then he pointed at the seat across from him and said, "Qin Feng, sit. Qing Shui, go make tea." The Dongfang family was a large family with 100 years of history. Their family rules and teachings were very strict. In the study, only the host and guests could sit. Juniors like Dongfang Qing Shui had to stand to the side. Dongfang Qing Shui didn't complain. Her tea-making skills were like floating clouds and flowing water. Qin Feng enjoyed watching her. After making the tea, she placed 2 teacups in front of Qin Feng and his grandpa. Dongfang Qing Shui stood quietly to the side. "Grandpa Dongfang, can you tell me now?" Qin Feng couldn't wait. This meal wasted another 2 hours of his time. "You stinking brat, what's the rush?" Dongfang Qing Shui rolled her eyes at Qin Feng. She took another sip of tea and said, "Have a taste. Our family's Qing Shui's tea-making skills aren't any worse than the champion of the international tea ceremony. When you marry such a good wife in the future, just be happy." Dongfang Mingwang didn't forget to matchmake Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui. It made the two of them feel helpless. "Qin Feng, you said you want to participate in the Martial Circle Convention?" Dongfang Mingwang drank half a cup of tea and finally got to the point. "I plan to go and have a look. But it's also my first time participating in the Martial Circle Convention, so I don't know much about it. I originally planned to go back to the Qin Manor to find Grandpa to understand, but I was dragged here by you the moment I got off the plane," Qin Feng said. Dongfang Mingwang laughed and said, "Huh, isn't looking for Qin Shirtion the same as looking for me?" The Martial Circle Convention is a martial arts competition held every 5 years by the big and small forces of the outer world. Strength is respected in the martial arts competition, and the participants are limited to martial artists below the age of 35. The person who defeats all opponents in the martial arts competition will be elected as the new Martial Circle Alliance Master, and the sect he represents will become the #1 sect in the outer world for the next 5 years. Dongfang Mingwang introduced the Martial Circle Convention to Qin Feng. Qin Feng listened attentively, and even Dongfang Qing Shui, who was standing at the side, became serious. Qin Feng thought of the Martial Circle Alliance Master mission that the system issued before. It wanted Qin Feng to take the position of Martial Circle Alliance Master. At the same time, the main mission of the Founder Chain mission was to establish the #1 sect in the outer world. From the looks of it, these 2 missions required Qin Feng to take the position of Martial Circle Alliance Master. "Grandpa Dongfang, when exactly will the Martial Circle Convention begin and where will it be held?" Qin Feng asked. "This year's Martial Circle Convention will be held in 7 days. The location will be in the Devil City of Chuan Central. As for the specifics of the competition, you'll have to go to the Devil City to see the organizer's arrangement," Dongfang Mingwang said. "Then who's the organizer? Are they going to participate in the Martial Circle Convention?" Every year, the organizer is the sect represented by the previous Martial Circle Alliance Master. The previous Martial Circle Alliance Master was taken by Ling Daozi from the Starlight Sect. Therefore, the Starlight Sect is the organizer for this year's Martial Circle Convention. Dongfang Mingwang was indeed an old hand. He knew a lot of things. Qin Feng had a better understanding of the Martial Circle Convention after chatting with him for a while. "Grandpa Dongfang, what kind of strength does one need to become the Martial Circle Alliance Master?" Qin Feng was more concerned about this question. The previous Martial Circle Alliance Master Ling Daozi, who was in the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi, slaughtered all his enemies and lasted until the end, Dongfang Mingwang said. To Qin Feng, the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi was nothing. Qin Feng was now at the peak of the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi. He was only 1 step away from breaking through to Stage 9 Inner Qi. With Qin Feng's current strength, he could completely ignore a Stage 9 Inner Qi expert. He could even fight a Stage 9 Inner Qi expert. Dongfang Mingwang seemed to know that Qin Feng wanted to participate in the Martial Circle Convention. He continued, "The Martial Circle Convention restricts the age of the participants. The participants must be below the age of 35. And the ancient martial arts in China defies the natural order. Among the younger generation, there are only a few who can reach Stage 9 Inner Qi before the age of 30. Qin Feng nodded. He thought of something else. "Grandpa Dongfang, Did you ask me to come here because of the Martial Circle Convention? That's right. Bring Qing Shui with you to the Martial Circle Convention. Let her broaden her horizons. I'll be relieved if she's with you. Chapter 992. Dongfang Qing Shui had entered the Blue Moon Temple of the Outer Martial World a long time ago and was an outer disciple of the Blue Moon Temple. However, Dongfang Qing Shui didn't like to cultivate. She was studying in America and had come into contact with the latest trends of society. She didn't like to go to the deep mountains and wild forests to live the life of a hermit. It was also because of Dongfang Mingwang's prestige in China that the sect master of the Blue Moon Observatory did not make things difficult for Dongfang Qing Shui. In recent years, Dongfang Qing Shui had been left to fend for herself, allowing her to cultivate in the secular world without any restrictions. The Azure Moon Monastery was also participating in the Martial Arts Circle Convention. However, the disciples of the Bayou Monastery lived in seclusion in the mountains all year round, so they knew very little about the secular world. They did not have any acquaintances or connections in the Middle River Demon City, so the Bayou Monastery asked Dongfang Qing Shui for help a few days ago, hoping that she could receive the disciples of the Bayou Monastery. Dongfang Qing Shui originally wanted to go to Zhongchuan City alone to make preparations, but Dongfang Mingwang was worried about his granddaughter's safety. That was the Martial Society Convention, and the people who came were all martial artists. These people had been cultivating in the sect all year round, and they were very arrogant because of their martial arts. Every year there would be fights in the Martial Society Convention and deaths and injuries were normal. As such, Dongfang Mingwang called Qin Feng over. This way he could protect his granddaughter's safety and at the same time he could use this opportunity to cultivate their relationship. According to Dongfang Mingwang's thoughts, if the two of them progressed quickly in the Martial Arts Circle Convention, they could immediately get married when they returned. What's wrong? Can't you guys go together? Dongfang Mingwang ignored Qin Feng and his granddaughter's resistance. He slammed the table and said, "It's settled then, Qin Feng, listen up. From now on I'll leave my granddaughter in your care. Once the Martial Arts Circle Convention is over, send her back to me. If she's missing even a single strand of hair, I'll cut you down." Qin Feng's mouth twitched. This elder Dongfang Mingwang was really careless. He was only worried about Dongfang Qing Shui losing a lot of hair, but wasn't he worried that she'd lose a layer of skin when she came back? "Grandpa, I don't want him to follow me. What if he tries to do something to me?" Dongfang Qing Shui ran up and held her grandpa's arm, acting like a spoiled child. In the past this trick had worked time and time again, but this time it did not work. "Nonsense. Qin Feng is your fiancé. What does he want from you? If he really wants to do something to you, you should obediently listen to him." Dongfang Mingwang spoke with a straight face, causing Dongfang Qing Shui's face to darken. Qin Feng's mouth was wide open as he looked at the old Gramps. He found that the old Gramps was quite open-minded about certain things. "Alright, it's settled then. Qin Feng, you decide what to do next." Dongfang Mingwang stood up and left. Only Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui were left in the study. They looked at each other with depressed expressions. "Hey, don't try to act innocent after getting the benefit. What are you pretending for?" The atmosphere was somewhat awkward. Dongfang Qing Shui suddenly glared at Qin Feng and yelled, "What did I pretend?" Qin Feng admired Dongfang Qing Shui's breathtakingly beautiful face, but it was just admiration. Qin Feng couldn't help but admit that Dongfang Qing Shui's beauty was unrivaled. Her noble aura was much more powerful than Zhao Lingxian's and Ren Xiaoyao's. After all, she was the Dongfang family's heiress. Qin Feng also wanted to take in a super-rich young miss like her as a woman and hug her to sleep. However, Qin Feng wasn't a person who only thought with his lower body. He didn't want to have a relationship with Dongfang Qing Shui because Dongfang Mingwang had solemnly told him that once he married Dongfang Qing Shui, he couldn't have any other women. Qin Feng couldn't accept this. "What do you think you're pretending to do? You must be overjoyed to be able to go to the martial arts tournament with a beauty like me, right? And you're still putting on a stern face as if someone owes you money. Are you just pretending?" Dongfang Qing Shui wanted to expose Qin Feng's disguise. She had been tricked by Qin Feng's identities and now she wanted to take revenge on him. "I'm sorry, but I really don't want to go with you. You're only a stage 4 inner chi expert, so you're just a burden. If you don't want to go with me, then go and convince your grandfather." If he agrees, then I'll be so happy that I can't close my mouth. Qin Feng's words enraged Dongfang Qingshui. Dongfang Qingshui wouldn't go to her grandfather because it was useless. You're the burden. You're not allowed to talk to me on the way. Dongfang Qingshui was furious. She turned around and walked out the door. Qin Feng didn't care about this heiress's mood. He was determined to draw a clear line between him and Dongfang Qingshui. It was the right thing to do to anger this woman. Otherwise, Dongfang Qingshui would definitely fall in love with him with his talent and unparalleled handsomeness. Qin Feng didn't stay at the Dongfang family's residence for long. He planned to familiarize himself with the martial arts tournament as soon as possible. After bidding farewell to the Dongfang family, Qin Feng and Dongfang Qingshui embarked on their journey to Zhongchuan. Zhongchuan City was a 5th or 6th tier city. 5 years ago, it was still a county-level city. In order to be promoted to a city, it began to vigorously develop and attract investors. In the end, the county leaders all secretly took advantage of the situation and set up many tofu dregs factories. Later on, all the leaders of Zhongchuan County were investigated and replaced. The real estate invested by the investors was completely scrapped. Many big bosses abandoned their half-built projects and secretly ran away. Zhongchuan County was eventually promoted to a city, but the population was getting lesser and lesser. Dilapidated houses could be seen everywhere. Moreover, mysterious incidents kept happening here in recent years. Everyone spread the rumor that it was haunted. In the end, Zhongchuan City became an empty city. Due to the presence of ghosts and monsters, it was called Ghost City. This kind of place was sparsely populated and was the best place to hold the martial arts tournament. Qin Feng and Dongfang Qingshui arrived at Devil City in the afternoon. The city gave off a desolate feeling when they entered. Hey, where's your Blue Moon Observatory meeting with you? Qin Feng and Dongfang Qingshui didn't speak on the way. Now that Qin Feng took the initiative to speak, he planned to leave Dongfang Qingshui to the Blue Moon Observatory's people and move alone. Do you have proper upbringing? You obviously know my name, so how can you call me Hey? I can't be bothered with you. Dongfang Qingshui glared at Qin Feng while panting with rage. Qin Feng felt helpless. Seeing Dongfang Qingshui walking away, he could only follow her. When they entered Devil City, there were more and more people. However, these people were dressed in ancient robes. Those who didn't know better would think that a film crew was here to shoot a period drama. Qin Feng and Dongfang Qingshui knew very well that these people were all martial artists from the outside world. Qin Feng secretly observed for a while. The few groups of people that passed by just now had average strength. The elders who led them were only stage 8 inner chi. I'm going to rent a few rooms first. I can stay there when the sect's elders arrive. Dongfang Qingshui finally spoke, but her voice was icy cold. The Blue Moon Observatory's people weren't familiar with Zhongchuan City's Devil City. They asked Dongfang Qingshui for help, mainly to book rooms and arrange the itinerary for the next few days. There was a hotel at the entrance of Devil City called Zhongchuan Restaurant. However, when Qin Feng scanned the Devil City, he discovered that this was the only hotel that was open for business. There were many houses on both sides of the road, but they were all unfinished. They were the kind of cement buildings that were half-built. Boss, give me 5 rooms. Dongfang Qingshui coldly went to get a room the moment she entered the hotel. There was a large circle of people around the counter in the hotel lobby. As soon as Dongfang Qingshui's voice faded, everyone looked at her strangely. Some of them couldn't help but laugh. Miss, there are no more rooms. They're fully booked. The boss was stunned for a moment before he regained his senses and said. Dongfang Qingshui was a little angry. She realized that nothing went smoothly when she was with Qin Feng. She couldn't even get a room. How much does your best room cost per day? I'll pay 10 times the price for you to give me 5 rooms for 7 days. Dongfang Qingshui was the daughter of the Dongfang family. She felt that there was nothing in this world that couldn't be solved with money. The few men who couldn't help but laughed even louder. A few men wearing white robes with a flame emblem carved on their chests looked at Dongfang Qingshui playfully. They wanted to stick their eyeballs on Dongfang Qingshui's chest. Miss, there are really no more rooms. This isn't a matter of price. Please don't make things difficult for me. The boss looked at Dongfang Qingshui and shook his head. The Martial Society convention was going to be held in the next 2 days. All the big sects of the outer martial world had come to Devil City. The availability of rooms was like a national treasure. Those who could stay in this Zhongchuan restaurant were all famous big sects of the outer martial world. In the eyes of these martial artists, money was the most worthless thing. 10 times isn't enough? Then 20 times. Dongfang Qingxue didn't have much contact with the outer martial world. She didn't understand the boss's intention and continued to increase the price. The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He wanted to leave this place and pretend he didn't know this silly girl Dongfang Qingxue. Haha. Beauty, are you here to participate in the Martial Society convention? A man wearing a white robe with a flame emblem on his chest walked out. He was a member of the Flame sect. Dongfang Qingxue rolled her eyes at the man and said coldly, "None of your business." Yo, beauty, you have character. I like cold and arrogant women like you. I'm Heng Bin, an inner disciple of the Flame sect. Beauty, which sect are you from? Not only was Heng Bin not angry, he even walked closer to Dongfang Qingxue. His coquettish expression showed that he wanted to flirt with Dongfang Qingxue. Stand further away. I'm a disciple of the Azure Moon Temple. Don't provoke me. Dongfang Qingxue didn't know how powerful the Flame sect was. She also didn't know how powerful the Azure Moon Temple was in the outer martial world. After she said that, the people of the Flame sect were stunned. The people who were watching the show were also stunned. After a short while, a burst of laughter came from the hall. The Azure Moon Temple? This small, unranked sect still hasn't been exterminated yet? That's a miracle. How dare a disciple of the Azure Moon Temple get a room here? You're asking for trouble. Chapter 993. Dongfang Qingxue was used to living in the secular world. As the young miss of the Dongfang family, Dongfang Qingxue had everything she wanted. She didn't understand the dangers of the martial world. Seeing that the people around her were laughing at her, and that Flame sect disciple was even more brazen as he stared at her chest, Dongfang Qingxue was so angry that her face froze. She glared at the boss and shouted, "I don't care if the rooms here are full or not, I must get a room. Help me think of a way." Dongfang Qingxue was cold and arrogant. However, no one cared about her in the martial world due to her identity and strength. Instead, everyone was amused by her arrogant demeanor. Qin Feng maintained a certain distance from Dongfang Qingxue. He looked around the hotel and pretended to not know Dongfang Qingxue. Heng Bin, the inner disciple of the Flame sect, was overjoyed. He smiled at Dongfang Qingxue and said, "Junior sister from the Azure Moon Observatory, please don't make things difficult for the boss." Although this hotel belongs to him, his words no longer count since yesterday. Those who can get a room here are all sects with some influence in the martial world. Your Azure Moon Observatory is too small, it's impossible for you to get a room here. Before Dongfang Qingxue could refute, Heng Bin continued, "How about this? My bed is very big. If you don't mind, you can sleep with Big Brother tonight." As soon as Heng Bin finished speaking, the men around him started to jeer. Dongfang Qingxue's expression was colder than ice. Without saying anything, she slapped him. Slap. Heng Bin didn't expect Dongfang Qingxue to slap him. 5 red fingerprints appeared on his face. Heng Bin, who was smiling mischievously, was instantly enraged. He pointed at Dongfang Qingxue and yelled, "Bitch, how dare you hit me? Shut your stinky mouth. If you say anything frivolous again, I'll hit you again." Dongfang Qingxue didn't put Heng Bin in her eyes at all. She was Dongfang Mingwang's precious granddaughter. When had she ever been teased like this? A murderous intent flashed through Qin Feng's eyes. Although he didn't want to be friends with Dongfang Qingxue, she was still Dongfang Mingwang's granddaughter. He owed Dongfang Mingwang a big favor, so he didn't want to see Dongfang Qingxue being bullied. "You're just a disciple from the Azure Moon Observatory. How dare you clamor in front of my Flame sect? Where are the other people in your sect? Call them out for me to see." However, Heng Bin was not in a hurry to take action. After all, there were forces of the outer martial arts world here. If there were many masters from the Bue Taoist temple, Heng Bin still had to find out their strength first. "The teachers from the Blue Moon Monastery haven't arrived yet, but I alone am enough to deal with people like you." Dongfang Qingxue maintained her arrogant attitude. A cruel sneer flashed across Heng Bin's eyes. Only Dongfang Qingxue came from Baiyu Monastery, so what was there for him to be afraid of? Hee hee. Go, you are very arrogant. Today let me, your brother, teach you a lesson and let you know the division of power in the martial arts world. Heng Bin suddenly reached out, wanting to pull Dong Fang Qing Shui into his embrace. Dong Fang Qing Shui was prepared and immediately ran behind Qin Feng. Bastard, this is my boyfriend. Be careful. Dong Fang Qing Shui grabbed Heng Bin's arm and glared coldly at him. Qin Feng's expression darkened. He found that he had been tricked by this woman again. No wonder Dong Fang Qing Shui was so arrogant. She was purposely making him hate her. Heng Bin abruptly stopped in front of Qin Feng and looked him up and down. Stinking brat, who are you? Which sector you from? Qin Feng originally wanted to help Dong Fang Qing Shui, but he changed his mind. He suddenly put on a frightened expression and said, Big brother, I am an outer disciple of a small sect. Please let us go this time. That silly wife of mine doesn't know any better. Please don't take it to heart. Dong Fang Qing Shui was so confident because she knew that Qin Feng was one of the 9 dragons of China. No matter what, he was a stage 9 inner chi expert. However, Dong Fang Qing Shui almost fainted from anger when she saw Qin Feng's current behavior. Heng Bin was stunned for a moment. Then he started to laugh arrogantly. Since you know you are afraid, then hurry up and scram. Leave your woman here. Big brother will play with her for a few days and then return her to you. Qin Feng, you bastard. Hurry up and teach him a lesson for this big miss. Dong Fang Qing Shui was so angry that she started to stomp on Qin Feng's foot with her high heels. Qin Feng didn't look like he was in pain at all. He said with a bitter expression, Silly woman, don't shout randomly anymore. This big brother of the flame sect has already spared me. I don't want to be implicated. How about you accompany big brother for a few days and this matter will be over. Qin Feng's cowardly appearance made the dozens of martial arts disciples standing at the side roll over in laughter. These people looked at Qin Feng with disdain. He was like a flower stuck in cow dung. You're right, brat. Big brother's patience has a limit. Don't really make me angry. Otherwise, it will be useless even if I sleep with you. I can make your heads fall to the ground anytime. Heng Bin was almost blown to the sky by Qin Feng. At this time he was already feeling smug. Dong Fang Qing Shui was so angry that she was about to cry. She rushed up and slapped Heng Bin again. Motherfucker, you bitch. Your elder will strip you naked right now. Let's see if you can still be so arrogant. Heng Bin was an inner disciple of the flame sect. In the end he was slapped twice by Dong Fang Qing Shui in front of everyone. He was so angry that he pulled out the sword at his waist and stabbed at Dong Fang Qing Shui's clothes. Dong Fang Qing Shui was very smart. After hitting Heng Bin, she ran behind Qin Feng to hide. When she saw that Heng Bin had already pulled out his sword, she pinched Qin Feng's back and yelled, You're still not going to make a move. I'm going to call Grandpa. This trump card was really good. Qin Feng was immediately at his wit's end. He casually grabbed Heng Bin's long sword with his index and middle fingers. Although the sword was sharp, it couldn't pierce through Qin Feng's fingers. No matter how much strength Heng Bin exerted, the long sword couldn't move even an inch. Whoosh! Cries of surprise came from all around. Qin Feng's skill of catching the sword with his bare hands had reached the point of perfection. Shocked everyone. What realm is this brat in? Why can't I see it? Heng Bin has already stepped into stage 6 inner chi. That brat caught Heng Bin's sword with his bare hands, so he must be a stage 7 inner chi expert. He's already at stage 7 inner chi at such a young age? Many experts have come to the martial arts conference this time. Discussions arose everywhere. The outer martial artists in front of him had the attitude of watching a show and mocked Qin Feng. They didn't expect that Qin Feng was pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger. After witnessing his strength, the outer martial artists didn't dare to laugh anymore. Stinking brat, let go of me. Heng Bin was about to show off his invincible might and force Qin Feng to run away. Then he would grab Dong Fang Qing Shui and go upstairs to fight. In the end he was stopped as soon as he pulled out his sword. Crack. Sure enough, Qin Feng let go. He only used 2 fingers to break half of the long sword. This move caused another round of cries of surprise from all around. Even Heng Bin was stunned. Brat, you dare to break my treasured sword? I'll fight you to the death. Heng Bin held a white spiritual weapon in his hand. In his eyes, it was a priceless treasure, but in Qin Feng's eyes, it was no different than scrap metal. In a fit of anger, Heng Bin released his stage 6 inner chi and thrust his sword with all his might. Qin Feng casually grabbed the tip of the sword. He exerted force with 2 fingers and broke the remaining half of the sword in an instant. In Heng Bin's hand, it was like an empty sword hilt. You. Heng Bin stared at the sword hilt in his hand. His eyes almost popped out of their sockets. He was so scared that he couldn't even speak clearly. Dongfang Qingshue's eyes flashed. She was only a stage 4 inner qi cultivator. Seeing Qin Feng easily suppress Heng Bin, Dongfang Qingshue inexplicably admired him. Senior brothers and sisters, this brat provoked the flame sect. Everyone take him down. Heng Bin knew he was no match for Qin Feng, so he suddenly shouted at the people behind him. Among the crowd, there were 5 men and women wearing white robes with a flame emblem engraved on their chests. The 5 of them leaped and landed beside Heng Bin. Qin Feng glanced at them indifferently. The strongest among them was only a stage 7 inner qi cultivator. Brat, hurry up and tell us your name. Maybe we'll spare your life. How dare you attack the flame sect? This matter won't end so easily. The 5 people who rushed over glared at Qin Feng fiercely. 2 of them were stage 7 inner qi experts and they threatened Qin Feng. Qin Feng originally didn't want to bother with these people, but since they didn't want to give up, Qin Feng didn't want to let them off easily. Moreover, Heng Bin had humiliated Dongfang Qingshue. Qin Feng was only joking earlier to anger Dongfang Qingshue, but he still remembered this grudge in his heart. How many rooms do the 5 of you have? Qin Feng suddenly asked. The 5 of them suddenly froze for a moment. Weren't they preparing to fight each other? Why did the topic suddenly change to rooms? You idiot, why do you care how many rooms we have? You're just a disciple of the Blue Moon Observatory and you want to get a room? Stop dreaming. With his senior brothers and sisters backing him up, Heng Bin immediately regained his confidence. Qin Feng didn't want to waste his breath. He waved his hand and a white light shot out. In the next second, the arrogant Heng Bin suddenly knelt on the ground. 2 deep wounds appeared on his knees and a pool of blood flowed on the floor. It hurts. My leg, what happened to my leg? Heng Bin was stunned for a second before he screamed. The other 5 people from the flame sect were dumbfounded. They stared blankly at their junior brother Heng Bin, who was kneeling in front of Qin Feng. The people who were watching the show around them exclaimed. Qin Feng's attack was too fast. The wind blade only flashed and no one saw clearly what happened. All they saw was Heng Bin kneeling in a pool of blood, and his screams filled the room. Must be you, brat. You're courting death. Everyone attack together. Be careful of this guy, he's a bit strange. The 2 stage 7 inner disciples of the fire sect regained their senses. They brandished their swords and charged at Qin Feng from the left and right. The remaining 3 stage 6 inner disciples also got into formation. The 5 of them surrounded Qin Feng in an airtight encirclement. Chapter 994. Just as Qin Feng finished speaking, 5 long swords landed in front of him. Dongfang Qingshue screamed in fright, "Be careful." The corner of Qin Feng's mouth slightly raised. He didn't think that the eldest daughter of the Dongfang family would also be worried about him. He slapped with his hand and a violent air current surged. The 5 flame sect disciples were instantly sent flying. Bang bang bang. The 5 people landed in different places and created a huge commotion. The 2 stage 7 inner qi disciples were directly stuck in the hotel's 2 walls and smashed the wall murals. The lobby instantly became so quiet that even the sound of a pin dropping could be heard. There were experts more powerful than stage 7 inner qi present, but none of them dared to make a sound because they knew that they couldn't send 2 stage 7 inner qi and 3 stage 6 inner qi martial artists flying with one palm strike. Are you all right? Dongfang Qingshue suddenly ran to Qin Feng's side when she saw that the battle had ended before it even started. Qin Feng's strength exceeded Dongfang Qingshue's expectations. In reality, Dongfang Qingshue only knew that Qin Feng was very powerful, but she didn't expect him to be so much more powerful than she imagined. Qin Feng looked at Dongfang Qingshue with interest. He even purposely stared at her full chest. What's wrong? If something happens to me, will you make it up to me tonight? Qin Feng's eyes were filled with vulgarity. He purposely acted so frivolously because he was afraid that Dongfang Qingshue would be infatuated with him. Go to hell, you're thinking too much. Dongfang Qingshue made a vomiting expression. Then she crossed her arms in front of her chest and coldly looked to the side, ignoring Qin Feng. This was the effect that Qin Feng wanted. He chuckled and walked in front of a disciple who was stuck in the wall because he could tell with a glance that this person was the strongest in the flame sect. What are you doing? Don't hit me. Qin Feng's palm almost sent the 6 flame sect disciples' souls flying. Now seeing Qin Feng was like seeing a demon and they trembled in fear. Can you answer my question now? How many rooms did you get? The big senior brother who was stuck in the wall said with a trembling voice. I only got 1 room. Our flame sect isn't considered a big sect in the martial arts world. We had to fight for half a day to get this room. Eldest senior brother seemed to be afraid that Qin Feng would not believe him, so he explained for a long time. Previously, Hengbin had bragged about how powerful the flame sect was and even acted as if he lived in a room all by himself. Now that the eldest senior brother had spoken the truth, the onlookers all looked at Hengbin with disdain. Hengbin felt as if there were hundreds of invisible slaps constantly slapping him. His face was so hot that it was about to combust. Is there really only 1 room? If you dare lie to me, I'll make you regret it. Qin Feng glared coldly at his eldest senior brother. Really, there's only 1 room. Give me the room card, I want this room, Qin Feng said indifferently. The grand senior brother hesitated. They had spent a lot of effort to get this room. They had planned to receive the elders of the flame sect tomorrow. If they gave it to Qin Feng, what would they do when the elders came? Shoo. A white light flashed and eldest senior brother felt the wind whistling beside his ear. Then the wall beside his ear exploded, and the loud sound almost deafened him. I haven't been feeling very good recently and I actually missed. This time it shouldn't miss again. Qin Feng raised his right hand and aimed at the eldest senior brother, as if he was playing with a live person throwing a knife. The eldest senior brother was so scared that his pants were wet. He had just experienced the feeling of brushing shoulders with the god of death. I'll give the room to you. Don't kill me. The eldest senior brother really couldn't take it anymore. He already regretted offending Qin Feng. Qin Feng retracted his raised hand. The eldest senior brother waited for a while and after confirming that he was fine, he breathed a sigh of relief. This is the room card. You can just go and live there. We'll move the things out in a moment. The eldest senior brother had already climbed out of the wall with great effort. The onlookers around didn't even dare to breathe loudly. The move that Qin Feng used to pierce through the wall was too amazing. Wasn't this kind of luck attack something that could only be performed by experts in the True Qi stage? If it was said that Qin Feng stepped into the True Qi stage at such a young age, these people wouldn't believe it even if they were beaten to death. Qin Feng took the room card. The eldest senior brother had already brought him upstairs. The other people from the flame sect all stood in the hall and didn't dare to follow. Dongfang Qingshui coldly glared at Hengbin, who was lying in a pool of blood. Hengbin was so scared that his body trembled. They went all the way to the 3rd floor of the hotel. The flame sect's eldest senior brother stopped at room 303. It's here. Qin Feng swiped the room card and opened the door. The eldest senior brother didn't say anything and immediately moved all the luggage in the room to the door. After everything was moved, Qin Feng closed the door. This room was his and Dongfang Qingshui's. Hey, don't tell me that you didn't book a room before coming? Qin Feng sat on the sofa and looked indifferently at Dongfang Qingshui. How many times have I told you don't call me hey? Dongfang Qingshui's gaze was so cold that it could kill. Fiancé, why are you so fierce? Qin Feng changed the way he addressed her. Dongfang Qingshui grabbed a teacup and threw it at him. Qin Feng casually caught the teacup and said with a chuckle, Fiancé, you're really attentive, but I don't want to drink tea right now. Dongfang Qingshui was about to be angered to death by Qin Feng. However, there was still some lingering shock in her heart. Just now, when Qin Feng took care of the flame sect people, he was so domineering that even Dongfang Qingshui was a bit mesmerized. I only found out about the martial arts conference yesterday. Where would I have the time to book a room? I thought there were still 7 days before the martial arts conference officially started. Wouldn't it be the same if I came then and booked a room? After what happened just now, Dongfang Qingshui realized that she was too naive. However, things were already like this. What else could she do? She couldn't admit defeat in front of Qin Feng. I really have to give it to you. Luckily you came with me. Otherwise, you would have been at a disadvantage a long time ago. Qin Feng smiled proudly. Tee, didn't you just steal a room? What's there to be cocky about? Our Baiyu monastery wants 4 people this time, so you have to book 4 more rooms. Dong Fong Qing Shui said it simply as if booking a room was something Qin Feng could do with a single word. Qin Feng was instantly a bit angry. Dong Fong Qing Shui and him were a total of 5 people from 4 sections. Dong Fong Qing Shui always planned on getting 5 rooms, but she didn't care where she lived. If you're so amazing, go book them yourself. I don't have that much ability. Qin Feng laid comfortably on the sofa and didn't plan on getting up. Dong Fong Qing Shui was anxious. She rushed to Qin Feng's side and pointed at him as she ordered, "Hey! Grandpa told you to take care of me. How could you not listen to me? I'm not familiar with you, so why would I listen to you? It's already good enough that I could get this room. If you don't want to, then go find a room yourself." Dong Fong Qing Shui's chest rose and fell. She was the apple of the eye in the capital, and all sorts of rich young masters and tycoons lined up to ask her out for a meal. As long as Dong Fong Qing Shui said the word, let alone 4 rooms, those rich young masters could even gift her 5 mansions without a problem. However, this wasn't the capital. This was the place where the Martial Circle Convention was going to be held. However, Dong Fong Qing Shui still hadn't gotten used to it. "I'll kick you to death." Dong Fong Qing Shui was so angry that she threw a childish tantrum. She stepped on Qin Feng's calf with her high heels. Qin Feng was annoyed. He casually grabbed and was about to pull Dong Fong Qing Shui to the sofa to sit. However, Dong Fong Qing Shui's body became unsteady and she fell into Qin Feng's embrace. A special fragrance wafted into Qin Feng's nostrils. He felt a ball of softness and warmth press against his body. Their faces were pressed together and Dong Fong Qing Shui's mouth touched Qin Feng's cheek. What are you doing? I'll let go. I'm going to call Grandpa and have him bring people from the Dong Fong family to destroy you. When had Dong Fong Qing Shui ever been hugged like this? That ambiguous action made her angry out of humiliation. Qin Feng was extremely embarrassed. He immediately pushed Dong Fong Qing Shui away. "If you want to call, then call. I'm sure the Lord Master knows what I'm doing and will support me." Dong Fong Qing Shui took out her phone and immediately put it back. She calmed down and thought about it carefully. What Qin Feng said really did make sense. "Why, you stinking pervert, get out." Dong Fong Qing Shui crossed her arms and glared at Qin Feng while panting with rage. Qin Feng was instantly unhappy. "Big miss, I found this room and you're telling me to leave?" Dong Fong Qing Shui was in a fit of rage and was completely unreasonable. "If you don't leave, then am I supposed to? Hurry and leave, I can't sleep with you tonight." Qin Feng couldn't be bothered to argue with Dong Fong Qing Shui. He also didn't want to have anything to do with this woman, so he got up and left the room. After Qin Feng left, Dong Fong Qing Shui was the only one left in the empty room. After she calmed down, her heart suddenly felt empty, as if something was missing. Dong Fong Qing Shui thought of Qin Feng's lonely figure when he left and couldn't help but feel a bit guilty. Qin Feng stole this room and Qin Feng protected her the entire time. Dong Fong Qing Shui wondered if she went too far. Qin Feng wasn't as lonely as Dong Fong Qing Shui thought. After he left the hotel, he felt relaxed all over. When he walked to the lobby, there were still a few sect disciples waiting by the counter to get a room. The rooms were already full. Everyone imagined that when someone checked out, they would be able to take advantage of a gap. That man came down. Don't look at him, he's a true expert. If you piss him off, you're just waiting to be beaten. Qin Feng walked through the lobby. There were quiet discussions all around him. Qin Feng laughed lightly and didn't pay attention to these people as he walked out of the Zhongchuan restaurant. After Qin Feng left, the oppressive lobby finally returned to normal. The sound of everyone's deep breaths could be heard. The 6 members of the Flame sect were gathered in a corner of the hall. They had originally booked a room for the 6 of them to stay together. Even though it was a little cramped, everyone was cultivating, so it was not a big deal. Now the only room had been snatched away by Qin Feng. "Big senior brother, what do we do now? That brat is too arrogant." Heng Bin's knees had 2 large cuts and the blood had just stopped flowing. He hated Qin Feng to death and wanted nothing more than to tear Qin Feng into 1,000 pieces. Sanjiang. Chapter 995. The great senior brother of the Flame sect glared at Heng Bin angrily. If you don't like that person, you can go beat him up yourself. This is all your fault. Now the room has been taken by him. When the great elder and the others come tomorrow, I want to see how you're going to explain yourself. The great senior brother was beaten up badly by Qin Feng, so he didn't dare to offend Qin Feng. He could only vent his anger on Hung Bin. Although Hung Bin was unhappy, he couldn't talk back to the great senior brother. The rest of the flame sect disciples were also holding back their anger. They stood at the side and listened to the great senior brother's lecture without daring to speak. After venting for a while, the great senior brother gradually calmed down. He put away his cold expression and said, "That bastard couple seems to be from the Azure Lunar Observatory. How dare such a small sect defend the flame sect? We'll let them be arrogant for one more day. When our great elder comes tomorrow, we'll definitely snatch the room back." Seeing that the great senior brother started bad-mouthing Qin Feng, Hung Bin jumped up again. "That's right. We can't just let this go. That woman is quite pretty. When the time comes, we'll give her to the great elder. We'll break the man's arms and legs and cripple his cultivation." Hung Bin was so vicious, but the rest of the flame sect disciples agreed with him. This was the style of the outer martial arts world. They always talked with their fist. There were no other rules. While the flame sect disciples were still thinking about how to deal with Qin Feng tomorrow, Qin Feng had already arrived at an abandoned villa. Due to the martial arts tournament, all the sects and forces of power in the world of martial artists had the chance to rush over. It was clear that a restaurant in the middle of Sichuan would not be able to accommodate so many people. Only a group of people with powerful sects and forces of power stayed in the hotel. Most of the people rested in the abandoned rooms around the area, and the fights in those abandoned rooms were incredibly intense. For example, the unfinished villa that Qin Feng chose now was the priority for everyone to fight over. "Stinking brat, our carefree sect has taken a fancy to this place. Hurry up and get lost." Just as Qin Feng chose a villa, a man and a woman in coarse gray clothes walked in. There were a total of 8 people, 5 men and 3 women. The leader of the group was an old man in his 50s. Qin Feng glanced at him indifferently. This old man was the strongest in the group, but he was only a stage 7 inner chi expert. Qin Feng was sitting cross-legged in the middle of the villa, cultivating. When he saw the people from the carefree sect, he lost interest and said indifferently, "I came here first, you guys go somewhere else." "Stinking brat, how can you speak to our great elder like that? Hurry up and scram. Do you know who we are? Why don't you go and ask around about the carefree sect in the outer martial arts world?" The carefree sect is a famous sect in the outer martial arts world. Before the leading elder could speak, the group of disciples behind him began to clamor. Qin Feng's ears felt uncomfortable listening to them. He sneered and said, "Is the carefree sect also considered a large sect in the outer martial arts world? Then why don't you go to a restaurant in Sichuan and book a room? What are you doing here?" Qin Feng's words made the clamoring disciples speechless. The great elder's expression became colder and colder. "Brat, seeing that you are young and don't know the rules of the martial arts world, I can spare you this time. Leave now or else bear the consequences." Qin Feng's voice was cold. "I'll say it for the last time. All of you, scram or don't even think about leaving." Qin Feng was only one person, yet he was so arrogant in front of 8 people from the carefree sect. The people from the carefree sect were stunned for a moment. Then 3 disciples brandished their swords and attacked Qin Feng. "Stinking brat, I think you're tired of living." The 3 people who attacked were all stage 4 inner chi experts. Qin Feng couldn't be bothered to look at them. He raised his hand and 3 beams of white light shot out. The wind whistled in the air. By the time the great elder of the carefree sect realized the danger, the 3 disciples had already fallen to the ground. My leg was cut." Who is hiding in the dark? If you have the guts, come out." The 3 disciples of the carefree sect were already kneeling in a pool of blood. Qin Feng's attack was light. He only cut their knees and didn't directly cut their legs. The remaining 5 members of the free and unfettered sect were stunned on the spot. Among the 4 disciples there were 2 female disciples. They were so scared that they started to scream. Qin Feng's attack was too fast. Before anyone could see what had happened, the situation had become like this. The unknown was the most terrifying. "It was you who attacked them, right? How dare you injure the disciples of the carefree sect?" The great elder forced himself to calm down. He was the most powerful person in the group, so he vaguely guessed that it was Qin Feng who attacked them. "It was me. What can you do about it?" Qin Feng looked at the great elder of the carefree sect with a playful expression. The great elder was so scared that he broke out in a cold sweat. He thought that Qin Feng was weaker than him because of his young age, but now it seemed that was not the case. Let's go. After hesitating for a moment, the great elder of the carefree sect chose to leave. He felt a strong threat of death from Qin Feng. Do you want to leave now? Too late. You stay at the door of the villa and don't let anyone disturb me. If anyone comes in again, I will destroy your entire carefree sect. Qin Feng's cold voice echoed in the villa. The disciples who were about to help their 3 companions in the pool of blood were suddenly stunned. They all knew that Qin Feng was very powerful, but they didn't expect him to be so arrogant. Even if the carefree sect was weak in the martial arts world, how could it be destroyed by him alone? Boy, I won't argue with you. Don't think that I'm afraid of you. If you dare to talk nonsense again, I will lead the 3 disciples behind me to fight you to the death. The great elder was furious. The long sword on his back had already been drawn. Qin Feng's hands floated up and a strange scene suddenly appeared. The people of the carefree sect were so scared that they screamed continuously. On Qin Feng's left hand, there was a ball of intense flame that burned endlessly. On his right hand there was a solidified block of ice. In the entire martial arts world there weren't many people who could do this. It scared the carefree sect's great elder so much that he couldn't speak. Now do you think I have the strength to destroy the carefree sect? Qin Feng looked at the great elder and said coldly. The great elder finally came to his senses. He found that the young man in front of him was a dual attribute demonic cultivator. In the martial arts world, dual attribute demonic cultivators were all very famous. Young hero, can you tell me your name? The great elder lost all his previous arrogance and looked at Qin Feng timidly. Qin Feng of the Hero Alliance. The crowd was stunned. They hadn't been to Devil Beast Mountain, so they didn't know about the Hero Alliance. Moreover, the Hero Alliance had just become famous a few days ago. Now, many sects in the martial arts world hadn't heard of it. Qin Feng? Are you Azure Dragon Qin Feng, one of the 9 dragons of Huaxiao? Although they didn't know about the Hero Alliance, Qin Feng's name was quite famous. Yes, it's me. Senior Qin Feng, so it's you? I didn't know your identity just now. Please forgive us if we offended you. The people of the carefree sect were so scared that they couldn't stand still. 2 months ago, Qin Feng announced his 3 identities at the clan martial arts meet. Whether it was the Azure Dragon Qin Feng of China or the mysterious great hero Green Wolf of the martial arts world, they were all existences that ordinary martial artists and sects revered. During the 2 martial arts disturbances, Qin Feng had fought against most of the sects and forces in the outer martial arts world. Among them was the carefree sect. Even the leader of the carefree sect had to bow and scrape in front of Qin Feng. The first elder and a few ordinary disciples standing here were obviously not enough for Qin Feng. Don't talk nonsense. Do you still remember what I said just now? Qin Feng waved his hand and revealed an impatient expression. Yes. Senior Qin Feng, don't worry. I will lead the disciples of the carefree sect to guard outside the door. I won't let anyone disturb your cultivation. The great elder hurriedly tried to curry favor with Qin Feng. In the martial arts world, martial arts were respected. Strength represented everything. Then what are you waiting for? Get out of here. Qin Feng yelled. The great elder was so scared that he immediately left with his people. The people ran out of the villa, but they didn't dare to run. They all stood guard around the villa and didn't let anyone near. Qin Feng didn't care about the carefree sect. This kind of small sect was no longer in his eyes. There were still 6 days until the Martial Arts World Conference. Qin Feng planned to use this time to cultivate and strive to break through to the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi. Cultivation time passed quickly. In the time it took Qin Feng to close his eyes and open his eyes, it was already night time. There was no one in the demon city, so it was even colder at night. Qin Feng sat in the villa and felt a kind of eerie feeling. If it was a normal person, they would be scared half to death. However, Qin Feng was not affected at all. Whoosh whoosh. The villa was unfinished and didn't even have windows. The cold wind outside wantonly blew into the room, making ear-piercing sounds like the screams of vengeful spirits. Who's there? Qin Feng, who was meditating, suddenly stood up. He felt that there was an unfamiliar aura in the room, but Qin Feng couldn't see anyone. The Hedonist sovereign system has issued a quest. Capture the real culprit in the demon city. Quest time limit, 7 days. If the quest is completed successfully, the system will reward you 3,000 hedonist points and a soul-suppressing orb. If the quest is failed, 6,000 hedonist points will be deducted. The system notification sounded in Qin Feng's mind. Looking at the quest content, Qin Feng could roughly guess that the aura that suddenly appeared in the room was caused by the real culprit in the demon city. Boom. A wave of yin qi suddenly approached Qin Feng. Without hesitation, Qin Feng struck out with his palm. The fire of destruction burned fiercely, illuminating half of the room. A series of screams came from the room as if someone was being burned by the fire of destruction. However, there was no one in front of Qin Feng. There was only the fire of destruction burning fiercely. Little pig, what's going on? This was the first time Qin Feng had encountered something like this. He felt a chill in his heart. Master, the thing that attacked you just now was a spirit. It was a wave of telekinesis. You can't see them with your eyes, Little Pig said. The unfamiliar auras in this room are all spirits? Qin Feng frowned because he felt that there were more than 10 unfamiliar auras in the room. Yes, Master. However, Master doesn't need to be afraid. Spirits are very weak. They can scare ordinary people, but they can't invade Master's body. With the realm of these spirits, they can't control Master's thoughts at all. Sanjiang. Chapter 996. Qin Feng had long sensed that these ghosts were very weak. The auras on their bodies were faintly discernible, especially after the destructive fire was shot out. These ghosts were all extremely afraid, and now they were all hiding in the corner, not daring to approach Qin Feng. However, this was Qin Feng's first time encountering spirits. Speaking of which, it was similar to the Chinese saying of encountering ghosts. Qin Feng's fear was merely a habitual worry. But after understanding the strength of the spirits, Qin Feng quickly calmed down. Boom. With a wave of his hand, Qin Feng withdrew the destructive flame. The villa was plunged into darkness once again. Qin Feng pretended to continue his cultivation, but he was observing his surroundings. The system had just issued a mission to investigate the real culprit of the Devil City's haunting. Qin Feng had to lure the snake out of its hole and capture this scumbag. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. The cold wind blew. More and more spirits gathered on Qin Feng's floor. After a while, a series of footsteps came from upstairs. Judging from the clear and crisp sound, it should be a woman in high heels. Qin Feng dashed to the 3rd floor in a flash. The structure of the 3rd floor was similar to the 2nd floor. But as far as the eye could see, the 3rd floor was empty. There was no one there. Tap tap tap. The sound of high heels echoed again. Qin Feng had just come up to the 3rd floor not long ago. He was certain that there was no one coming down from the 3rd floor. This sudden turn of events made Qin Feng a little nervous. Who's playing tricks here? Come out. Qin Feng dashed down the 2nd floor again. His hand ignited with a strong flame, illuminating the 2nd floor. This time Qin Feng finally saw the silhouette of a woman. The silhouette landed in the corner of the wall. Her hair was disheveled and frightening, and the silhouette was a woman wearing a long white gown. Her hands were stretched out and her face was as pale as paper. The corners of her eyes and mouth were stained with fresh blood. She looked as frightening as Sadako in horror movies. You're courting death. Qin Feng was startled when he saw the female ghost. In a fit of rage, Qin Feng grabbed the spear of rat halos and thrust it at her. Whoosh. The female ghost's speed was so fast that Qin Feng's spear missed its target. However, the white robe of the female ghost was pierced by Qin Feng, and she fell to the corner of the wall. The sound of high heels echoed in Qin Feng's ears. He didn't know when the female ghost had run up to the 3rd floor. Qin Feng even suspected that there were 2 women on the 2nd and 3rd floors acting together. However, after scanning the 2nd floor, there really was no one there. Trying to act mysterious in the middle of the night. Don't let me catch you or I'll break your legs. Qin Feng was completely enraged. As the Azure Dragon of China, he had actually been molested by a female ghost tonight. Qin Feng carried the spear of rat halos and leaped up to the 3rd floor. He saw a naked woman running out of the window. Trying to run? Aren't you a ghost? Are you afraid of me? Without hesitation, Qin Feng strode forward and grabbed at the female ghost. The female ghost's body floated out of the window, but Qin Feng still managed to grab one of her legs. The leg felt as cold as frost, as if it was a dead person. Get up here. Qin Feng pulled hard and the female ghost directly fell to the third floor. As soon as she landed, she wanted to escape, but Qin Feng pulled her into his arms. Hugging the female ghost, Qin Feng felt that her body was very slender and hot. However, this woman's body was cold everywhere, so Qin Feng pushed her away again. What the hell are you? Do you believe that I won't pierce through you with my spear? Qin Feng glared at the female ghost in front of him. Big brother, don't kill me. I won't scare you anymore. Spare me this time. The female ghost suddenly spoke. Her voice was as cold as a dead person's. Put your hair up. Qin Feng held the spear of rat halos and pointed the spearhead at the female ghost's chest. The female ghost didn't dare to run anymore. She was so scared that her body trembled, and she carefully put up the long hair in front of her face. Qin Feng was stunned for a moment because this woman was too beautiful. The woman stood naked in front of Qin Feng. Her figure was perfect and tall. Her skin was as pale as paper, and her facial features were very exquisite and enchanting. However, there was not a trace of life on her body, and she gave people the feeling that she was a corpse. Are you a human or a ghost? Qin Feng quickly calmed down, and his gaze moved from the female ghost's chest to her beautiful face. I'm half human and half ghost. The female ghost could still make an expression, and it was a look of despair. Speak clearly, what do you mean by half human and half ghost? Qin Feng's tone was strict. The female ghost seemed to be very afraid of Qin Feng, and her body kept trembling. I'm called Shaoli. I'm actually already dead, but before I died I cultivated the secret of ghost cultivators, which allowed me to preserve my consciousness and memories and wander the human world. Qin Feng's expression changed slightly. He had come into contact with many people, including martial cultivators, demonic cultivators, evil cultivators, alchemists, spirit beast masters. But this was the first time he heard of ghost cultivators. Are there many ghost cultivators? Could it be a branch of evil cultivators? Qin Feng's expression became colder. If ghost cultivators were a branch of evil cultivators, Qin Feng would have pierced Shaoli's heart in the next second. No, that's not it. Ghost cultivators are ghost cultivators, and they are an independent cultivation system. There are very few ghost cultivators on Earth, even fewer than evil cultivators. I didn't mean to offend Senior, and I hope you can let me live. Shaoli looked at Qin Feng pitifully, and her expression made Qin Feng think of the weak Lin Bei Bei. Qin Feng's heart softened, but he quickly tightened his grip on the spear and glared at Shaoli. This woman was the mastermind behind the Devil City's haunting, and Qin Feng still needed her to complete the mission. Thinking of the mission, Qin Feng's expression changed. Logically speaking, he had already completed the mission by capturing Shaoli, but the system did not notify him that the mission was completed. Qin Feng quickly understood. Could it be that this Shaoli wasn't the mastermind behind the Devil City's haunting? Who else is behind you? Where's he? Qin Feng shouted at Shaoli. Shaoli was so scared that her delicate body trembled, and her pair of lifeless eyes were filled with panic. I'm alone, I don't have any backing. Whoosh. The spear in Qin Feng's hand spun in the air, and a flame streaked across, scaring Shaoli into immediately taking 3 steps back. She was clearly very afraid of the flame that Qin Feng released. If you don't speak, I'll burn you to death. Shaoli was so scared that she suddenly knelt on the ground, and looked at Qin Feng pitifully. Senior, Shaoli really doesn't have any backing. Please spare me. I won't dare to offend you again. Seeing Shaoli's lovely appearance, Qin Feng's heart softened. Qin Feng's thoughts were flying, and after a moment of silence he suddenly put away the spear and glared at Shaoli. Go, don't let me see you again. Shaoli was stunned. She didn't think that Qin Feng would let her go so easily. After coming back to her senses, Shaoli hurriedly kowtowed to Qin Feng, got up and ran. Thank you, Senior, for not killing me. A cold wind blew, and when Qin Feng looked at the place where Shaoli was kneeling, she was already gone. Seeing that Shaoli was escaping towards the depths of Devil City, Qin Feng didn't chase after her. According to Qin Feng's conjecture, Shaoli definitely had a backer. This time, Qin Feng restrained Shaoli so that she wouldn't be able to cause trouble in Devil City. After Shaoli left, she would definitely find a backer. Qin Feng purposely let her go in order to lure out the real mastermind behind the scenes. After Shaoli left, the weaker spirits in the villa also disappeared. Qin Feng continued to sit cross-legged in the villa and began to cultivate. Now he only needed to wait for the other side to take the initiative to find trouble with him. After cultivating for a day and a night, Qin Feng still hadn't found the opportunity to break through. The people from Carefree sect had been guarding outside Qin Feng's villa. During this time, a few factions had their eyes on this villa, but they were all chased away by the people from Carefree sect. Last night, Dongfeng Qing Shui slept alone in the hotel. Actually, she slept very late because she was waiting for Qin Feng to return. After all, this was Devil City and she heard that there was a ghost. She didn't know where Qin Feng went by himself, so Dongfeng Qing Shui was a little worried about him. Qin Feng. After waking up early in the morning, Dongfeng Qing Shui hurriedly sat up and looked around the room. She realized that Qin Feng hadn't returned all night. She was so anxious that she prepared to call Qin Feng. Before she could make the call, the doorbell rang. Dongfeng Qing Shui hurriedly put on a coat and ran to open the door. He thought it was Qin Feng. "It's you guys." When the door opened, Dongfeng Qing Shui's expression immediately darkened. Heng Bin and his group stood at the door and stared at Dongfeng Qing Shui with perverted eyes. "Stinking woman, where's that stinking brat from yesterday? Tell him to scram out. Our Flaming Mountain's Elder Nyo is here. Today we'll teach him a lesson." At the door, Dongfeng Qing Shui saw a few Flaming Mountain disciples yesterday. There were also a few more people. Among them, there was a 60-year-old gray-haired elder staring at Dongfeng Qing Shui. It seemed like this person was Elder Nyo. "We don't welcome you here. Scram." Dongfeng Qing Shui didn't have a good impression of Flaming Mountain. She was about to close the door, but before she could do so, Heng Bin slapped the door open and the Flaming Mountain people walked in. Dongfeng Qing Shui wore only pajamas and a coat. She stood barefooted on the carpet and her white jade-like calves were still exposed to the air. After the Flaming Mountain people entered the room, their gazes fell on Dongfeng Qing Shui's legs and couldn't move away. A strange light flashed in the eyes of the 60-year-old Elder Nyo. Clearly he was interested in Dongfeng Qing Shui. What do you guys want? Hurry up and get out or else I'll call the police." Dongfeng Qing Shui didn't think that these people would dare to barge in. She was scared and panicked. Now that Qin Feng wasn't here, Dongfeng Qing Shui really couldn't fight against so many Flaming Mountain people by herself. After Heng Bin entered the room, he looked around the room and angrily ran back to Dongfeng Qing Shui and yelled, "Where's that stinking brat from yesterday? Don't tell me he ran away because he knew our Elder Nyo was coming?" Of course my boyfriend didn't run away. He went to buy breakfast. I advise you guys to hurry up and scram. Otherwise, when he comes back you guys won't be able to leave even if you want to." Dongfeng Qing Shui didn't know where Qin Feng went, but she could only make up a lie and try to use Qin Feng's imposing manner to intimidate the Flaming Mountain people. Chapter 997. If Dongfeng Qing Shui had announced Qin Feng's name yesterday, she might have been able to intimidate Heng Bin and the others. However, it was useless today. Not only were Heng Bin and the others not afraid of Qin Feng, they even brought Elder Nyo to cause trouble for him. "Haha. Is there something wrong with you, woman? I came here early in the morning to cause trouble for your boyfriend, and you want to use him to scare us? Do you think we, the Flame sect, are pushovers?" With Elder Nyo's support, Heng Bin was as arrogant as the King of Heaven. Dongfeng Qing Shui became more anxious. Now that Qin Feng wasn't here, she was no match for these bastards. "Get out of here or else I'll call the police." Seeing that Qin Feng's name couldn't suppress them, Dongfeng Qing Shui decided to use the police to suppress them. However, Heng Bin laughed even harder. He even suspected that Dongfeng Qing Shui was from the outer world. Why would she use the police? "Heng Bin, don't waste your breath on that woman. Capture her first," Elder Nyo coldly ordered Heng Bin. He had lost his patience. Heng Bin had taken a liking to Dongfeng Qing Shui, so he was very excited to have him capture her. "Haha. Little beauty, let's see where you can run to today." Heng Bin pounced on Dongfeng Qing Shui with a cheeky smile. Dongfeng Qing Shui shrieked in fear, "Qin Feng, where did you go? Come and save me." A white figure flashed and stood in front of Dongfeng Qing Shui. Qin Feng had just returned from outside. He came to have breakfast with Dongfeng Qing Shui, but he saw this scene as soon as he entered the house. Flap. A muffled sound rang out. Before Heng Bin's hand could even touch Dongfeng Qing Shui's body, he was suddenly slapped by someone. This slap was so powerful that before Hung Bin could react, he was sent flying. Who dares to obstruct the flame sect? A low roar sounded. It was Elder Nyo. He caught Hung Bin with one hand and swatted at Qin Feng with the other. Rumble. A violent aura shot out in all directions and formed a giant palm print in front of Qin Feng. Dongfang Qing Shui was suffocated by this aura. She nervously stood behind Qin Feng and grabbed his arm. Qin Feng casually raised his hand and a buzzing sound came from the air. The violent palm wind disappeared as if it had never appeared. Everything happened too quickly. From the moment Qin Feng sent Hung Bin flying to the moment he neutralized Elder Nyo's attack, only a blink of an eye had passed. The people from the flaming gate didn't even see clearly what had happened before the room returned to normal. At this moment Hung Bin landed on the ground. He had no idea what had just happened. The veins on his forehead bulged and he covered his swollen face as he yelled at Qin Feng. "Stinking brat, you still dare to hit your elder? You're done for today. Elder Nyo of our flame sect will tear you to pieces." Only Hung Bin's arrogant voice could be heard in the house. The rest of the flame sect disciples did not dare to speak. Even Elder Nyo froze on the spot. He had truly fought with Qin Feng before, but in the eyes of that young man, that sure-kill attack was like a fight between children. It scared Elder Nyo so much that he lost all confidence. "Elder Nyo? Is this the elder of your flame sect? How disappointing." Qin Feng's gaze swept across Elder Nyo coldly, causing Elder Nyo to tremble in fear. Elder Nyo was sizing up Qin Feng's appearance. He felt that Qin Feng looked very familiar. During the previous 2 martial arts disturbances, Elder Nyo had surrounded Qing Lang with the flame sect leader. Elder Nyo had seen Qing Lang before. Later on, when Qing Lang and Qin Feng's identities were exposed, Elder Nyo specially asked about Qin Feng's appearance. He was deeply afraid that he would offend such a big shot in the future. Elder Nyo stared for a while, and his pupils instantly constricted. He finally recognized Qin Feng. Wasn't this China's Azure Dragon Qin Feng and the mysterious Qing Lang from the outer martial arts world? After recognizing Qin Feng, Elder Nyo was so scared that his entire body trembled. He wanted to apologize to Qin Feng but he couldn't even speak. Hung Bin, on the other hand, did not understand the situation. He kept pointing at Qin Feng and scolding, "Stinking brat, why are you not kneeling when you see Elder Nyo of our flame sect? Perhaps Elder Nyo will be happy and leave you a whole corpse." "Elder Nyo, this is the bastard who snatched our room yesterday. And that woman is his girlfriend. I think she's pretty good. She can stay and be Elder Nyo's maid." Hung Bin's words were getting more and more ridiculous. Elder Nyo was so scared that he almost had a heart attack. When he finally regained his senses, Elder Nyo slapped Hung Bin's face without saying anything. "Bastard, shut up." A muffled sound spread out and Hung Bin was directly slapped to the ground. This sudden turn of events stunned the flame sect disciples. Hung Bin covered his red and swollen face and sat on the ground. He even forgot to get up. He widened his eyes and looked at Elder Nyo in shock. "Elder Nyo, why did you hit me? Isn't that bastard the one who snatched our room?" "You bastard, I told you to shut up. If you dare to talk nonsense again, I'll kill you." Elder Nyo was so angry that smoke was coming out of his head. He rushed forward and stomped on Hung Bin again. He was a Stage 8 inner chi expert. Hung Bin, a mere Stage 5 inner chi expert, was nothing to him. He didn't even have the strength to resist. The room was silent except for Hung Bin's blood-curdling screams. Not only were the flame sect disciples confused, even Dongfang Qing Shui was dumbfounded. Why did they suddenly fight each other? Seeing this scene, Qin Feng understood that Elder Nyo must have recognized him. In fact, when Qin Feng saw Elder Nyo, he felt that he should have seen this person before. It seemed that this old man had participated in the chaotic battle in the martial arts world. Bang, bang, bang. The room was filled with the sound of people being stomped on. After a long time, Elder Nyo finally stopped. Hung Bin was already half dead. He lay in a pool of blood, twitching. "Senior Qin Feng. It's my fault for not disciplining my disciple properly. That bastard offended Senior. I hope you can be magnanimous and forgive this Junior." After stomping on Hung Bin, Elder Nyo immediately bowed and apologized to Qin Feng. This scene once again stunned everyone. "You know who I am?" Qin Feng smiled and looked at Elder Nyo. "A Senior's name has spread far and wide. This humble one has heard of it like thunder. Although Elder Nyo was twice as old as Qin Feng, he didn't dare to be arrogant in front of Qin Feng. This was the outer martial arts world where martial arts were respected. Seniority didn't depend on age. It all depended on how hard one's fist was. The Flame Sect disciples were already discussing Qin Feng in low voices. They didn't know who Qin Feng was. How could he scare Elder Nyo to this extent? Qin Feng? Green Dragon of China is also called Qin Feng. Someone in the crowd suddenly exclaimed. Oh no. I heard that Green Dragon of China is the youngest. He's only in his early 20s, but he already reached the peak of stage 9 inner chi. He also has the identity of the mysterious green wolf of the outer martial world. This person can't be that Qin Feng, right? The Flame Sect disciples finally understood the power that Qin Feng represented. If the young man in front of them was really Qin Feng and Green Wolf, then let alone Elder Nyo, even the sect leader of the Flame Sect would have to apologize to Qin Feng humbly. A bunch of vile creatures. How dare you talk about Hero Green Wolf behind his back? Hurry up and pay your respects to the senior. Elder Nyo was scared half to death. He roared at the people behind him. Now everyone was sure that the young man in front of them was really Hero Green Wolf. Hero Green Wolf, please accept this junior's bow. Senior Qin Feng, I was blind before. Please forgive me. The row of 10 Flame Sect disciples all knelt down and kowtowed to Qin Feng. Dongfang Qing Shui was completely dumbfounded. She only knew that Qin Feng's identity was very high, but now that she saw the effect of Qin Feng's power, the impact was the most intense. The entire room suddenly fell into a dead silence. The Flame Sect disciples didn't even dare to breathe loudly. The most shocked person was Hung Bin, who was lying in a pool of blood. When he found out Qin Feng's true identity, his intestines turned green with regret. That brat is from your Flame Sect, right? Qin Feng ignored the row of Flame Sect disciples and stared at Elder Nyo condescendingly. Yes, he's our disciple. No, but this vile creature was blind. I will eliminate him on behalf of the Flame Sect. Elder Nyo was scared to death. He didn't want the Flame Sect to be annihilated because of Hung Bin. Very well, I'm too lazy to deal with this ant. Unfortunately, not only did he offend me, but he's also been coveting my woman. You guys still don't know my woman's identity. She's Dongfang Ming Wang's precious granddaughter. Do as you see fit. Qin Feng's words shocked everyone. They were all recalling the name of Dongfang Ming Wang. Elder Nyo was the first to regain his senses. He was so shocked that his eyeballs almost fell to the ground. Dongfang Ming Wang? Isn't that the Crimson Dragon of China's 9 dragons? You bastard, I'll kill you with my own hands today to enforce justice on behalf of the heavens. Elder Nyo didn't expect things to blow up to this extent. He didn't hesitate at all and slapped Heng Bin, who was on the ground. Heng Bin didn't even have a chance to plead for mercy. His chest was hit and his entire body caved in. He was dead. Ah! Dongfang Qing Shui screamed. She had never seen such a cruel and bloody scene. She was so scared that she threw herself into Qin Feng's arms. Qin Feng felt a soft and fragrant scent spread into his body. He instinctively wanted to push Dongfang Qing Shui away. However, when he saw the girl's terrified expression, Qin Feng held her slender waist with one hand and caressed her back with the other, comforting this usually arrogant woman. Clean up the scene and get lost. Qin Feng glared at Elder Nyo and roared. Elder Nyo and the Flame Sect disciples were so scared that they immediately got to work. The 11 of them were very efficient. They cleaned up the room in a matter of minutes. Heng Bin had already been disposed of and thrown into some abandoned room. Everything in Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui's room was the same as usual, as if nothing had happened. Chapter 998. Who knew how long they hugged for? Did Qin Feng touch Dongfang Qing Shui's body? Dongfang Qing Shui slowly came back to her senses. Seeing the handsome face right in front of her, she jumped in fright. Why, you pervert, why are you hugging me? Qin Feng was ruthlessly stepped on by Dongfang Qing Shui. Though this bit of strength didn't hurt Qin Feng, he was very unhappy. Big Miss Qing Shui, can you please get this straight? You were the one who threw yourself into my arms. I'm already a gentleman by not stripping you and pressing you down. Qin Feng complained. Dongfang Qing Shui's face flushed. After she calmed down, she remembered what just happened. She did throw herself into Qin Feng's arms. Dong Fong Qing Shui immediately looked towards the door and found that only she and Qin Feng were left in the room. The room was also clean and tidy as if nothing had happened. They left. Dong Fong Qing Shui was still a bit scared. It was the first time she saw someone die in front of her. They all left, it's just the two of us. How about it, Big Miss Qing Shui, do you want to have a go with me? Qin Feng purposely acted frivolous in front of Dong Fong Qing Shui. Dong Fong Qing Shui's expression turned cold and she made a vomiting expression. Go die, you're not good enough for me. Don't think about these unrealistic things all day long. Qin Feng didn't refute. The more Dong Fong Qing Shui hated him, the better Qin Feng felt. Since you're not willing to have a go, then let's go eat together. Qin Feng said indifferently. Dong Fong Qing Shui originally didn't even want to eat with Qin Feng in case she lost her appetite. However, after staying in Devil City for a day, Dong Fong Qing Shui deeply understood the dangers and rules of the outer martial world. She was afraid she would encounter trouble if she went out alone. The two walked out of the room one after the other. Dong Fong Qing Shui walked behind. She didn't speak to Qin Feng on the way and pretended not to know him. Qin Feng felt this was good. He was afraid that Dong Fong Qing Shui would be deeply attracted by his domineering and handsomeness. What if she fell in love with him? The second floor of the hotel was the public dining area. Zhongchuan restaurant was already packed and the restaurant was abnormally bustling. When the two of them arrived at the hall, they discovered that all the tables were taken. However, Qin Feng's luck was pretty good. Just as they went upstairs, they saw a table at the foot of the stairs that had finished eating and was about to leave, so Qin Feng successfully occupied that table. You sit here and take a seat. I'll go order for you. Because there were too many people in the outer martial arts world, there were not enough waiters. Almost everyone went to get food for themselves. Qin Feng went to the dining car. Dong Fong Qing Shui sat quietly in her seat. Most of the people who came to the martial arts conference were men. Even if there were some female disciples, they couldn't compare to Dong Fong Qing Shui's beauty. She sat quietly on the second floor and seemed like a crane among chickens. She was like a cold and moving fairy that had descended to the mortal world. Eldest senior brother, there's an empty seat here, let's sit here. A man with a protruding mouth and monkey-like cheeks suddenly sat opposite Dong Fong Qing Shui, and even waved at a few people on the side. The 5 people on the other side all had red capes draped over their shoulders. A group of people walked over. The man walking at the very front was in his early 30s. His gaze immediately fell on Dong Fong Qing Shui. I'm sorry, there's already someone sitting here. You guys can go to another table. Dong Fong Qing Shui calmly looked at the monkey-like man. Hee. Beauty, we're from 10,000 Mountains. Which sector you from? This table can seat a few more people. Let's eat together and it'll be lively. The monkey-like disciple looked at Dong Fong Qing Shui with a smile. He actually saw Dong Fong Qing Shui's beauty at first glance, so he intentionally came here to share a table. Luchin, go get food. Everyone can sit at this table. 10,000 Mountains' eldest senior brother Gao Jing already sat at the table. The monkey-like disciple Lu Chen had an expression of unwillingness. He was the one who found this seat. He also wanted to hit on Dong Fong Qing Shui, but eldest senior brother had spoken, so Lu Chen could only eagerly run to get food. The other 4 disciples sat around Gao Jing, and the medium-sized table was immediately filled. Dong Fong Qing Shui didn't know these people, so she felt uncomfortable sitting with these 5 men. She said with a cold expression, I already said this seat is taken. You guys aren't allowed to sit here. Gao Jing kept staring at Dong Fong Qing Shui. He put on a gentlemanly smile and said, Junior sister, don't be agitated. We don't have any ill intentions. It's just that there are too many people here and the other seats are all taken. Everyone is here to participate in the martial circle convention, so it's better to make things convenient for each other. Since Gao Jing said this, Dong Fong Qing Shui couldn't refute. At this moment, Qin Feng walked over with 2 lunch boxes. Why are there so many people? Do you know them? Qin Feng looked at Dong Fong Qing Shui and asked. 10,000 Mountains and the others' gazes all fell on Qin Feng. Especially when Gao Jing saw Qin Feng, a hint of coldness flashed through his eyes. He didn't think that this beautiful junior sister had a man by her side. I don't know them. Forget it, let's finish eating and leave. Dong Fong Qing Shui couldn't be bothered to explain. Qin Feng calmly swept his gaze over Gao Jing and the others, then sat next to Dong Feng Qin Shui. The table was already full. After Qin Feng sat down, the space became even smaller. Dong Feng Qin Shui's body was pressed against the wall, and Qin Feng was practically pressed against Dong Feng Qin Shui's body. There's a lot of meat dishes here. You eat. Qin Feng gave a lunchbox to Dong Feng Qin Shui. Dong Feng Qin Shui's expression was cold, but she felt a bit warm inside. At least this Qin Feng knew to take care of her. The two of them were close enough that their bodies rubbed against each other as they ate. Qin Feng didn't mind. In any case, Dong Feng Qin Shui was his temporary fiancé, so touching was something he should do. Dong Feng Qin Shui, on the other hand, felt a bit uncomfortable. However, considering the current situation, she couldn't blame Qin Feng. The two of them ate quietly, but Gao Jing secretly glared at Qin Feng. Seeing Qin Feng and Dong Feng Qin Shui's frequent body contact, Gao Jing was very unhappy. As she ate, Gao Jing suddenly shook her chopsticks and a bone flew into Qin Feng's bowl. Oh, brother, I'm really sorry. I didn't control my strength well and accidentally dropped it into your bowl. How about I give you money and you go get another meal? Gao Jing looked at Qin Feng with a smile. He wanted to send Qin Feng away. Qin Feng was almost done with his food. He slowly got up and walked to Gao Jing's side. He raised his hand and slapped her. No need. I'll just slap you once. Qin Feng's hand was as fast as lightning. Gao Jing didn't even have time to react before she fell to the ground. Qin Feng was a stage 9 inner chi expert. How could the small details of Gao Jing's sneaky glare escape his eyes? When Qin Feng first saw Wan Zhongshan and the others, he knew they were here for Dong Feng Qin Shui. Why you dare to hit me? Gao Jing hurriedly crawled up from the ground and threw a punch at Qin Feng. Qin Feng didn't dodge. His eyes flashed with a playful smile. So it's a group of disciples who practice external techniques. It's a pity they're too weak. Gao Jing's fist didn't fluctuate with inner chi. Instead, it surged with energy. This was undoubtedly an external technique. Qin Feng was also a stage 8 external expert. However, after his martial arts were crippled by the dragon god, Qin Feng didn't have time to practice external martial arts. Now he wholeheartedly focused on breaking through to the internal realm. Rumble. Thunder rumbled and tiger roared. This special rank Thunder Tiger fists released with inner chi had a unique effect. Before Gao Jing's fist could touch Qin Feng's body, he was already sent flying. He directly smashed a table behind him and caused the people at the table to surround him. Qin Feng, what are you doing? Don't cause trouble. Dong Feng Qin Shui didn't think Qin Feng would be so willful. Qin Feng pushed Dong Feng Qin Shui behind him and said indifferently, "Those guys wanted to hit you. I'm just teaching them a lesson. It's fine." Dong Feng Qin Shui wanted to say something, but after hearing Qin Feng's words, a warm feeling suddenly surged in her heart. In the end, she didn't try to persuade Qin Feng. "Stinking brat, are you looking for death? How dare you smash my table? Do you know who we are? Disciples of the Divine Dragon Sect." At this moment, the people of the Divine Dragon Sect and Wanzhong Mountain surrounded him. A total of 10 people shouted at Qin Feng. Qin Feng's ears were irritated. He casually slapped the 3 people who shouted the fiercest and turned them into ice sculptures. Their bodies were covered with a layer of hard and thick ice. The noisy hall instantly became silent. The people who were shouting at Qin Feng and looked like they wanted to fight were dumbfounded. Qin Feng glanced at them and suddenly roared, "If you don't want to die, scram." The aura of a stage 9 inner chi was so strong that it scared the Divine Dragon Sect disciples and they immediately ran away. The disciples of Wanzhong Mountain were still in a daze. They actually wanted to run away, but Gao Jing was still lying on the ground and they couldn't run away. What's going on here? Who dares to bully the disciples of Wanzhong Mountain? A dignified and powerful voice came from the bottom of the building. Soon, a burly man walked up with large strides, followed by a disciple. The burly man jumped and landed in front of Qin Feng. Even the ground of the 3rd floor shook. This man was like a small mountain, blocking half of Qin Feng's sight. Qin Feng recognized the burly man in front of him. Back when he was exploring the Ghost Mountain in the capital, Qin Feng fell into the underground cave. When he and Hua Yan were waiting in line to go to the round platform, this burly man from Wanzhong Mountain wanted to cut the line and was taught a good lesson by Qin Feng. "Stinking brat, are you the one who is acting tough here? Hu Xiong stared at Qin Feng with his big round eyes. At this moment the man who went upstairs with Hu Xiong ran over. He was about to scold Qin Feng on behalf of the sex protector, but the moment he opened his mouth he was dumbfounded. "Young Master Qin?" The disciple beside Hu Xiong exclaimed. Qin Feng looked at the man and his expression changed drastically. He hesitated for a moment before he rushed over and hugged the man in his arms. "Zhang Biao, I finally found you. Where have you been all this time? Have you been well?" Qin Feng never thought that he would meet Zhang Biao here. Zhang Biao was Qin Feng's first follower in Acropolis City. Chapter 1000. Haha. Sorry for troubling you, young Master Qin. Zhang Biao looked at Qin Feng gratefully. He thought that a hedonistic young master like Qin Feng would have long forgotten him. He didn't think that Qin Feng would remember a nobody like him. Zhang Biao added, "However, it doesn't make a difference to me whether I'm wanted or not. I usually stay in the sect and I only came out for this martial arts conference." Zhang Biao was no longer the Zhang Biao from before. Ever since he joined Wanzhong Mountain he found out that there was such a rare group of cultivators. Qin Feng nodded and asked, "How long have you been in Wanzhong Mountain?" 4 to 5 months, Zhang Biao replied truthfully. "Then you should have a better understanding of how the outer martial arts world is divided, right?" Qin Feng prepared to ask Zhang Biao some information. For example, the martial arts conference and the division of the outer martial arts world. Zhang Biao didn't know Qin Feng's current status, and thought that Qin Feng was asking purely out of curiosity. "Young Master Qin, with your status, you must have heard of some hidden cultivators in China. Actually, the large sects in the outer martial arts world have these types of cultivators. In China, most of the outer martial arts sects are hidden in sparsely populated areas. Firstly, it's to cultivate in peace, and secondly, it's to avoid being discovered by too many people, which would affect social order." Zhang Biao spoke of very ordinary information, so Qin Feng continued to ask, "How are the power of the 5 sects in the outer martial arts world?" Zhang Biao froze for a moment. He realized that Qin Feng knew quite a lot of things. "Young Master Qin, China has the 3 sects and 5 sects. In the secular world, the 3 sects and 5 sects are very powerful existences, and represent the ancient cultivators of China. However, in the entire outer martial arts world, the 5 sects aren't much. They can only be ranked in the top 20. Qin Feng was slightly shocked. Even sects like Shaolin and Immerse could only be ranked in the top 20. Qin Feng realized that he had underestimated the true power of the outer martial arts world. Then what are the most powerful sects in the outer martial arts world? Qin Feng was interested. The outer world of martial arts is divided into the outer hidden sects and the inner hidden sects. The 5 sects young Master Qin mentioned are actually the forces of the outer hidden sects. My sect, 10,000 Mountains, and many of the people participating in the martial arts circle convention are outer hidden sects. Even though these sects cultivate in seclusion, they frequently come into contact with Flower City, so their cultivation speed and realms aren't that high. And the truly powerful people of the outer pugilistic world come from the inner hidden sections. They stay away from the secular world and would not come out even once in a few years. In the outer pugilistic world there are 5 hegemons, namely the Stellar Sect, Serenity Sect, Snow Mountain Sect, Immortal Cloud Sect, and Ice Lake Mountain. These 5 sects are all inner hidden sections. They are the strongest forces in the outer martial arts world. When Zhang Biao talked about the outer martial arts world, his eyes sparkled with yearning and envy. This was the first time Qin Feng had heard of the difference between the hidden and the hidden. Now he had a better understanding of the hidden forces. So the Martial Arts Circle Convention's Alliance Master is prepared for the inner hidden 5 hegemons? Young Master Qin is right. Because the hidden 5 hegemons have nurtured many outstanding disciples, any one of them would be able to be unfettered and tyrannical in the martial arts world. The previous Alliance Master of the martial arts world was taken by Ling Daozi, a disciple of the Starlight Gate. I wonder which of the 5 hegemons it will fall to this year. Qin Feng was also here to fight for the position of Alliance Master, and he was very confident. However, he did not say these things because he was afraid of scaring Zhang Biao. Where are the locations of the outer martial arts world sects? Qin Feng continued to ask. The various sects have chosen to be more hidden, but if you really want to find them, you can find the locations of some outer hidden sects. For example, the Wudong sect is in Hubei's Wudong Mountain. Of course, the outer martial arts world's Wudong sect is in an even more hidden area behind Wudong Mountain. The Immerse sect is similar in a very hidden valley on Immerse Mountain. The Flame sect is in the Turpan area and the Wanzhong Mountain I'm in is in the Jiangbei area. Zhang Biao paused, drank a mouthful of wine and continued. However, young Master Qin can't find the inner hidden sections. I've been in the Wanzhong Mountain for almost 5 months, but I've never been to an inner hidden sect. Why can't you find them? Qin Feng caused 2 disturbances in the pugilistic world, and most of the people he attracted were outer hidden sections. Qin Feng did not really care about these sects anymore. Now he was more concerned about the inner hidden sections. The inner hidden sects are not like the outer hidden sects where you can find them just by looking for them. The real inner hidden sects all have formations and you can only enter the inner hidden sects after breaking through the formations. According to Tao Yuanming's records, the wonderland he entered was a cultivation relic passed down from ancient times. However, the probability of entering the inner hidden sects by accident is even lower than the first prize of the two-tone ball. It's already pretty good to have one in a few thousand years. Zhang Biao was also very interested in the inner hidden sects, and he could not stop once he started talking. It's said that the inner hidden sects do not choose the location of their sections. Instead, they search for the ancient cultivation relics left behind. These relics contain a large number of cultivation methods, pills and secret manuals. Moreover, the relics all come with defensive formations and spirit-gathering formations. This causes the spiritual qi in the inner hidden sects to be much denser than the outside world, and of course the cultivation speed is faster. Qin Feng listened attentively and he could not help but think of the ancient relics in Ghost Mountain. At that time, Qin Feng did not understand, but now that he thought about it, that place might have already been taken by other outer hidden sects as their cultivation holy land. Qin Feng then thought of Hero City. Right now, there was a small spirit-gathering formation in Hero City. Qin Feng was prepared to set up a spirit-gathering formation and some defensive formations in Hero City after he became a bit more powerful. This way, Hero City would also develop into an existence similar to the inner hidden sects. Zhang Biao saw that Qin Feng was a bit dazed, so he immediately stopped. He had forgotten that young Master Qin was only a normal person. He scratched his head apologetically and laughed foolishly. Hee hee. Young Master Qin, what I just said was just a rumor. Just pretend that I was bragging. Of course, Qin Feng understood what Zhang Biao meant. He smiled and said, "Brat, I haven't seen you for a few months and your horizons have become wider and wider. Your Myriad Mountain is also participating in the martial arts circle convention this time, right? Are you going?" Zhang Biao said awkwardly, "Young Master Qin, please don't mock me. I've only joined the Myriad Mountain for less than 5 months, and I'm only at stage 3 external. How could I have the right to participate in such a grand martial arts competition? I just came with Enforcer Hua and a few other seniors to broaden my horizons." Qin Feng had long since seen through Zhang Biao's strength. With Zhang Biao's big build and straightforward personality, Qin Feng felt that it would be good for him to focus on external techniques. Qin Feng entered the system and bought a few bottles of medicinal pills that were helpful for external cultivation. He also made a copy of the Thunder Tiger Fists for Zhang Biao. "Young Master Qin, what are these?" Zhang Biao looked at the exquisite jade bottles, and his eyes almost fell out of their sockets. "These are some medicinal pills that can help with cultivation. This is the special rank Thunder Tiger Fists. Slowly cultivate, and if there's anything you don't understand you can ask me," Qin Feng said as he smiled. Zhang Biao looked at Qin Feng with an expression of dementia. "Young Master Qin, why you're not also cultivating, are you? Why are there so many high-quality medicinal pills? What rank is this special rank Thunder Tiger Fists? It looks very profound." Qin Feng smiled but didn't say anything. He didn't explain further and simply said, "Don't ask so much. Just do as I say. I won't harm you." Zhang Biao found that he couldn't understand young Master Qin. He hurriedly cupped his hands and said, "Then little brother Zhang Biao won't be courteous with young Master Qin?" "That's right, young Master Qin, if you really don't plan on leaving in a few days, then you can go to the treasure appraisal conference in a few days." Zhang Biao originally wanted to persuade Qin Feng to leave, but it seemed that Qin Feng had no intention of leaving Devil City. As such, he gave Qin Feng some interesting introductions. Qin Feng became interested. Treasure appraisal conference? Be more specific. Zhang Biao smiled and said, the treasure appraisal conference is held 3 nights before the Martial Circle conference. There's one every night for 3 consecutive days. Because the Martial Circle conference is only held once every 5 years, every time, all of the big and small factions of the outer world will gather. With so many disciples coming, they'll all bring some treasures. Then they'll interact with each other at the conference and they can even auction off their treasures. Young Master Qin might have something you like and buy it as a souvenir. The treasure appraisal conference made Qin Feng's eyes light up. This time he came to the Martial Circle conference to see the true face of the Chinese martial world. At the same time he wanted to see if he could find any information about the Saint Soul Stone. Okay, then come with me on the night of the treasure appraisal conference. Qin Feng immediately started planning. Okay. Since young Master Qin has decided to stay and play for a few more days, I will ensure young Master Qin's safety. Though everyone here is from the outer martial arts world, the 10,000 Mountain sect I belong to is considered a medium-sized sect. If we announce our name, very few people will come and provoke us. Qin Feng smiled and didn't say anything. If he announced his name, then he would be powerful. However, this was Zhang Biao's good intentions, so Qin Feng was very touched. The two of them chatted for a while. The emotions of not seeing each other for a long time couldn't be expressed in just a few words. They chatted until the sky darkened. Zhang Biao got up and said goodbye. Young Master Qin, I've been out for a long time. I'll go see Protector Hua first and say some good things about young Master Qin. I'm sure 10,000 mountains won't cause trouble for young Master Qin. Haha. There's no need to plead for me. I don't care about that Protector Hua of yours, Qin Feng said as he patted Zhang Biao's shoulder. Zhang Biao was still worried. He had personally seen Protector Hua's skills and knew that Qin Feng definitely couldn't beat Protector Hua. However, Zhang Biao didn't say much. He was afraid that if he said too much, young Master Qin would be unhappy. Okay, then I'll take my leave. If young Master Qin needs anything, feel free to find me. I'll be staying at the Sichuan restaurant. Zhang Biao had already left. Qin Feng shook his head and smiled bitterly as he watched him leave. How could a mere 10,000 mountains dare to cause trouble for Qin Feng? Even if the sect leader of 10,000 mountains was here, he would have to kowtow and apologize to Qin Feng. Chapter 1001. Qin Feng sat quietly on the second floor of the villa and began to cultivate. After an unknown period of time, a few unfamiliar auras appeared in the room. In the darkness, Qin Feng opened his eyes. He knew the ghost cultivator Shaoli was here again. Qin Feng pretended not to notice anything as he had been waiting for Shaoli to show up. Whoosh, whoosh. The villa was an abandoned house with no doors or windows. Suddenly, a chilly wind blew as if there were wronged ghosts wailing. Dozens of ghosts came out of the room and floated toward Qin Feng. Qin Feng couldn't see these spirits, but he could feel dozens of cold yin qi pressing towards him. However, Qin Feng didn't care and continued to pretend to be meditating. The ghosts surrounded Qin Feng, but he didn't see them. Qin Feng was a stage 9 inner qi expert, so these ghosts couldn't invade his body. Tap, tap. The sound of high heels could be heard. The sound came from afar and was extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, it had reached Qin Feng. However, at this moment Qin Feng suddenly opened his eyes and sent a palm strike towards Shaoli. Damn you, ghost cultivator. I spared your life last time, but you still dared to sneak attack me. Today not even the gods can save you. Qin Feng slapped Shaoli away. Shaoli groaned in pain. She didn't have time to check her injuries and quickly got up and ran out of the window. Qin Feng followed behind Shaoli at a moderate speed. Shaoli's white robe was glaring under the night sky. No matter how hard she tried to hide, she couldn't escape from Qin Feng's sight. After running for an unknown period of time, Shaoli arrived at the deeper part of the Devil City. There were more and more abandoned houses, but the number of people gradually decreased. In the end, the surroundings were filled with yin qi. Even the disciples from the outside world didn't dare to enter this place. GGG. The surroundings were desolate, as if Qin Feng was the only living person with vitality. A chilly wind blew in all directions and the wind was mixed with strange screeches. Hundreds of spirits surrounded him and Qin Feng couldn't help but shiver. GGG. Shaoli, you did well. This guy has abundant inner qi. If I use him to cultivate, I will have a smooth breakthrough. A strange laughter came from a black-robed man standing on top of a row of abandoned houses. Beside the man was Shaoli in a white robe. Her face was filled with guilt. She clutched the hem of her clothes tightly and shouted at Qin Feng, "Run! Run!" Flap. Shaoli had just shouted a few words when the black-robed man slapped her to the ground. He shouted coldly, "You traitor! I've trained you for so many years but you're still like this. This is the last time. If you dare to betray me again I'll tear you to pieces." Before Qin Feng could make a move, he discovered that Shaoli and the black-robed monster were quarreling. Qin Feng had the intention to kill Shaoli and was prepared to kill her and the mastermind behind the Devil City's haunting. But now he hesitated. "Are you the real culprit behind the Devil City's haunting?" Qin Feng's expression did not change as he faced the hundreds of ghostly auras and the strange man in black robes on the roof. The strange man in the black robe was slightly stunned. He didn't expect Qin Feng to be so calm. Even if Qin Feng was from the outer martial arts world, he shouldn't be like this when he was surrounded by hundreds of ghosts. Unless Qin Feng was a stage 9 inner chi martial artist. However, the strange black-robed man did not believe that Qin Feng was a stage 9 inner chi martial artist. "You are right. I am the true culprit behind the haunting in Devil City. Those spirits around you were originally living people just like you, but they were all used by me to cultivate. After tonight you will also be one of them." The strange black-robed man didn't take Qin Feng seriously at all. Qin Feng continued to ask, "Since I'm about to die, tell me who you are. So that I can understand why I died." "Hey, I like people like you very much. I'm the Green Gate Evil King, the Ghost Face Evil King. It's not wrong for you to die in my hands." Qin Feng sneered in his heart. So they were from the Verdant sect. He already had an irreconcilable conflict with the Verdant sect. Qin Feng would kill every single one of these evil cultivators he saw. Benefactor, leave quickly. Neither of them paid attention to Shaoli as they conversed. Suddenly Shaoli grabbed the Ghost-Face Evil King's calf and yelled at Qin Feng. Qin Feng was taken aback. He couldn't understand this woman. She was the one who brought him here, but now she was helping him. The ghastly face Evil King was furious. If not for the fact that Shaoli was a ghost cultivator, which was of great help to his cultivation, the ghastly face Evil King would have trampled Shaoli to death. "You ant woman! Do you think you can stop me? What a joke!" The ghost face Evil King bellowed. His body emitted a majestic black mist that covered the sky. Shaoli didn't even have the chance to resist. She fell from the roof and fainted. Qin Feng was stunned. He had killed the stage 4 evil cultivator Taoist Rakshasa, and the stage 7 evil cultivator Ghostface Hillman, but the corpse chi released by Ghostface Hillman was not even 1/10 as dense as the one released by the Ghostface Evil King. An earth-shattering black corpse aura filled the air. Even Qin Feng's vision went completely dark. He was instantly enveloped by the black fog, and it was as if he had fallen into hell. His consciousness started to blur and his speed and reaction speed quickly decreased. "You outer martial artists are all weaklings. None of you can withstand a single attack from me. What's with the Martial Society convention? You're just a bunch of laughable mortals. I'll catch a few people here every night. When the Martial Society convention starts, I'll try to eat all of you." The Ghost-Face Evil King's strange laughter came from outside the black mist. Qin Feng could hear it, but he couldn't pinpoint its exact location. After staying in the black mist for half a minute, Qin Feng's eyelids started to struggle. He really wanted to rush out of the black mist, but his legs were like lead. He couldn't move at all. "Master, hurry and rush out." Little Pig shouted anxiously. "Master, Ouyang Feng requests to fight." "Master, Shimen Chue Shui requests to fight." The two heroes were very anxious. The flaming golden eagle and the glacial snow mastiff were no longer in the system. Qin Feng left Hero City with them to protect everyone. Qin Feng could hear the voices of Little Pig and the others, but his mind and spirit were suppressed by the black mist. He didn't even have enough energy to summon Ouyang Feng to fight. The Ghost-Face Evil King's laughter came closer and closer as if it was about to catch Qin Feng. In a moment of desperation, Qin Feng gathered his last bit of will and summoned the Angel's Sword, Buzz. Chapter 1002. What the hell is this? Get lost. The ghastly evil king's black shadow appeared and was about to send Qin Feng flying with a palm strike. However, the holy white light from the angel's sword shone on his body, instantly dispersing the black fog around the ghastly evil king's body, causing his face to twist in fear. Qin Feng will exterminate all of you verdant sect heretics. Qin Feng wielded the angel's sword and donned the purple thunder wild robe. He charged forward like a god of war. The angel's sword specialized in killing evil energy. The ghastly evil king was so frightened that he immediately retreated to the roof. His face was so cold that it was about to drip water. He had engraved Qin Feng's name in his heart. Recently, the entire verdant sect was searching for Qin Feng. Brats, you are Qin Feng. Very well, I will avenge the dead hillmen and Taoist disciples tonight. The ghastly evil king roared, and the black mist around him surged violently. Although he was afraid of Qin Feng's angel's sword, evil cultivators were much more powerful than demonic cultivators. The ghastly evil king didn't even need to get close to Qin Feng to kill him with his endless corpse qi. Rumble. The rolling black mist surged forward like a tidal wave, and the ghastly evil king's palm strikes scattered layers of mist. Qin Feng raised the angel's sword high above his head. The sword's radiance didn't diminish in the black mist. It was as if the surroundings were filled with darkness, but the small area with Qin Feng as the center remained clear. Is that all you've got? What a disappointment. Qin Feng held the sword in one hand and slammed his palm with the other. Several balls of destructive fire soared into the sky and exploded in the black mist. Bang! 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 The fireballs shot in all directions, but the ghastly evil king didn't care. He moved so fast that he was like a ghost in the dark. Even Qin Feng couldn't see where he was. How dare a mere stage 9 inner chi brat act so arrogantly in front of me? I'll show you my true strength. Rumble. The ghastly evil king was enraged and a loud noise came from his body. The thick black mist began to converge, gathering around the ghost-face evil king's body, forming a black battle armor. The black mist was still flowing, but it didn't dissipate with the wind. The black mist battle armor looked like a layer of mist that could be broken with a poke, but the surging aura of the black mist made Qin Feng feel uncomfortable. Qin Feng was very familiar with this aura. This was definitely the aura of a true chi expert. You think you're invincible just because you have a lousy sword? This seat will make you go to hell. Rumble. The strength of the ghastly evil king who had condensed the black fog increased explosively. Its speed was as fast as lightning, and in an instant, its palm landed in front of Qin Feng. The angel's sword had already fallen towards the ghost-face evil king, but the holy white light that the sword emitted was gradually dimming. This sword of justice that specialized in slaying demons and monsters seemed to be suppressed by the ghost-face evil king's powerful corpse qi. Rumble. The battle between the two paused for 2 seconds before Qin Feng was sent flying by the palm strike. Even with the protection of the purple thunder wild robe, Qin Feng felt that his internal organs were about to be displaced. He was even more certain that the strength of the evil ghost-face king had reached the level of a true chi stage expert. Haha. Stinking brat, you don't have the ability now, do you? How dare you go against my verdant sect with your puny skills? You're simply courting death. The evil ghost-face king sneered at Qin Feng. He walked step by step towards Qin Feng and lifted his right foot. Suddenly, the sole of his foot was covered with a circle of black fog, and a surging and violent aura fell down. Rumble. A loud sound like the air cracking exploded behind the evil ghost-face king. The evil ghost-face king's complexion changed dramatically. The big foot that was originally aimed at Qin Feng quickly kicked behind him, but his speed was still a bit slow. Before he could clearly see the person behind him, he was already sent flying. A monster like you dares to bully the master? Watch my fist. Ouyang Feng's fist fell and a new fist came. His fists changed unpredictably like 2 spirit snakes flying, and in a flash he arrived in front of the evil ghost-face king. Who are you? How dare you go against my verdant sect? The evil ghost-face king was slightly injured by Ouyang Feng's fist. This time he didn't fight Ouyang Feng head-on. Instead he constantly sent out black fog and corpse qi to block Ouyang Feng's attack. The spirit snake fist was a combination of movement and stillness, and Ouyang Feng had perfected it. Even the evil ghost-face king, a level 9 evil cultivator, couldn't get rid of Ouyang Feng's pursuit in a short period of time. It's not up to you to know my name. If you have the guts, don't run around. Let's have a good fight. When Ouyang Feng went crazy, even the evil Ghost Face King was afraid of him. The evil Ghost Face King's strength as a level 9 evil cultivator was comparable to a level 1 true Qi orthodox martial cultivator. He had run amok in the martial arts world for many years, and it was always others who ran when they saw him. This was the first time the evil Ghost Face King encountered someone who dared to chase after him. Hey 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 hey. You lunatic, I'll fight you to the death. The evil Ghost Face King completely exploded. He simply stopped running and suddenly turned around to slap Ouyang Feng with his palm. Before the palm arrived, a massive black fog surrounded Ouyang Feng. Ouyang Feng hastily held his breath and retreated. Even Ouyang Feng didn't dare to look down on the corpse qi released by this level 9 evil cultivator. Hell Dark Palm. The evil Ghost Face King roared, and the black fog surrounding Ouyang Feng suddenly turned into a huge black palm. Ouyang Feng was in the middle of the black fog and he didn't even have the space to dodge. His back was directly hit by the black palm, and the clothes on his upper body were corroded. Jia. Old man, your strength is only SOS. Die for me. The evil Ghost Face King was overjoyed. He waved his palm again and Ouyang Feng, who had just landed, was once again surrounded by the black fog. Buzz. A strange energy wave vibrated out. Qin Feng activated the Halo of Justice metal and flew into the black fog with the angel's sword in his hand. The black fog instantly dissipated when it came into contact with the holy white light. Qin Feng grabbed Ouyang Feng and landed on the ground dozens of meters away. Boom. A loud sound spread out. The ground where Ouyang Feng was lying just now sunk into a huge pit. The evil Ghost Face King was so angry that he shouted, "Stinking brat, I'll kill you first, then I'll take care of that old man." Boom. The black fog seemed to be endless, and in the blink of an eye, it surrounded Qin Feng. Qin Feng jumped a few times and ran dozens of meters away. The black fog followed Qin Feng and surrounded him. Dark Hell Palm. The evil Ghost Face King's killer move was even more terrifying than Taoist Rakshas's Dark Corpse Incineration Palm. The Dark Corpse Incineration Palm turned corpse gas into flames. At least Qin Feng had time to react and block the attack. However, the Dark Hell Palm turned the black fog into a hand seal that could explode in an instant. The black fog lingered around Qin Feng. Even the angel's sword couldn't cut it off, let alone escape. Boom. There was an explosion, but Qin Feng was still in the black fog. He was surrounded by surging energy, and the explosion covered Qin Feng's purple thunder wild robe with a layer of black ash. Qin Feng was thrown dozens of meters away and fell to the ground, spitting out a few mouthfuls of blood. He was at the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi and he could at most fight a Stage 9 Inner Qi expert. He was still far from being able to fight a true Qi expert like the evil Ghost Face King. You monster! How dare you hurt my master? You're asking for a beating. Ouyang Feng's angry roar came from afar. It sounded like a devil's roar from hell. Ouyang Feng is lying on the ground like a huge toad. The black robe on his body is bulging up, his face is also bulging up, his body is emitting waves of evil qi. Ouyang Feng was one of the 5 poisons, the Western poison. He was the true representative of the corrupt cultivators. Ever since he had reverse cultivated the Nine Yin Sutra, he had been completely bedeviled. He had left behind an undying legend in both the corrupt and devil paths. Boom. A loud explosion came from Ouyang Feng's body. Something exploded inside him. Then he leaped into the air and transformed into a giant toad that could fly. In the blink of an eye, he landed on the evil Ghost Face King's head. Bang! The evil Ghost Face King didn't even have time to react before he was sent flying. As soon as the evil Ghost Face King landed on the ground, Ouyang Feng had already stomped the evil Ghost Face King into the ground. Why, you're also an evil cultivator? I'm the evil Ghost Face King of the Verdant Sect. The sect master of the Verdant Sect, the evil Ghost Face Venerable, is my master. Stop. The evil Ghost Face King was stunned. After all this time, this crazy old man was also an evil cultivator. What was the point of fighting? I'm different from you. Although I'm evil, I'm not cruel. You dare to hurt my lord. Today only death awaits you. How could Ouyang Feng let the evil Ghost Face King go? His body suddenly bounced up and landed on the ground in an instant. Boom. A huge aura spread in all directions. With the evil ghost face king at the center, cracks appeared on the ground. Ouyang Feng's speed was so fast that it made people's hair stand on end. The evil ghost face king didn't even have a chance to escape. Puff. The evil ghost face king opened his mouth and spat out a mouthful of black blood. The stench of corpse chi filled the air. Ouyang Feng was disgusted. He didn't know what the evil ghost face king ate to grow up. "You madman, I'll fight you to the death." The evil ghost face king forgot how long it had been since he was injured. Seeing the black blood he spat out, he was furious. The dense black fog instantly filled up the huge pit. Ouyang Feng's speed was clearly slower in the black fog. When he jumped up and landed again, he stepped on empty air and the huge pit caved in again. Dark hell palm. It was unknown when the evil ghost face king had landed on the ground. His dark shadow appeared above the huge pit and suddenly slapped down with his palm. Ouyang Feng cursed inwardly. But it was too late when he reacted. The huge pit was filled with thick black mist, which instantly turned into a palm and exploded. Boom. Ouyang Feng was at the center of the explosion. His figure was knocked away by the blast of the explosion. A cruel sneer flashed across the evil ghost face king's face, but the smile suddenly froze. A terrifying aura came from behind him. "Verdant sex monster, go to hell." Qin Feng appeared behind the evil ghost face king with the angel's sword in his hand. His body was also emitting the righteous aura of the halo of justice. He was like the god of justice who descended from the heavens. When he swung his sword, the power of heaven and earth condensed into a dazzling white light and smashed on the back of the evil ghost face king. Time seemed to stand still at this moment. Chapter 1003. Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for completing the mission. Capture the real culprit haunting Demon City. The system rewards host Qin Feng with 3,000 hedonist points and 1x soul-suppressing orb. The system beeped in Qin Feng's mind. At the same time, the angel's sword in Qin Feng's hand glowed brightly as he slashed the ghastly face evil king from its head to its feet. The ghastly face evil king let out a blood-curdling screech. The black robe on its back was torn open, and a crack appeared on its skinny and dark skin. The crack spread rapidly from the size of a little finger to both sides of its body. The ghastly face evil king was split into two halves from the center of its brows. Black mist gushed out from the wound as if it was going to devour the heaven and earth. It was as if the end of the world was coming. "Master, let's go." Ouyang Feng's anxious voice sounded. Then Qin Feng was carried away by a black shadow. "Bring the ghost cultivator along." Qin Feng yelled at Ouyang Feng. Ouyang Feng abruptly changed his direction and dragged Shaoli along with him. Shaoli was still unconscious. Qin Feng carried Shaoli in his arms. Ouyang Feng grabbed Qin Feng's arm and ran as fast as lightning. Rumble. Rumble. A loud explosion came from behind them. It turned out that after the death of the ghastly face evil king, the corpse chi that gushed out from its body was highly corrosive. Moreover, it could spontaneously combust and explode at room temperature. Qin Feng felt a lingering fear when he saw the row of dilapidated houses collapsing in the explosion. If he had been one step slower, he would have been buried in the sea of fire tonight. After running for an unknown amount of time, Qin Feng found an empty dilapidated house and took a break. From the window he could still see the scene of the fire burning hundreds of meters away. The evil cultivators of the Verdant sect were indeed vicious and cruel. Even after death they still had such a trick up their sleeves. Fortunately, Ouyang Feng was also a half-evil cultivator. He could see through the secret of the corpse chi. Otherwise, if it was an ordinary person, they would be buried together with the ghastly face evil king. Where is this place? Benefactor, are you and I dead? I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Shaoli suddenly woke up. Qin Feng had already recalled Ouyang Feng into the system to heal himself. Qin Feng ate a few healing pills and circulated his qi to heal his wounds. At this time he opened his eyes and looked coldly at Shaoli. If you want to die, don't take me with you. Fortunately, my skills are extraordinary, so I was able to escape this calamity. On the other hand, you evil ghost are truly sinister and vicious. I spared your life last time, but you still want to frame me. I'll kill you now. Qin Feng made a grabbing motion with his hand. His palm turned into a dragon's claw and grabbed Shaoli's neck. It was cold to the touch. Shaoli's body didn't have any warmth and he felt like a dead person. Shaoli did not resist. He even smiled and closed his eyes. Benefactor, please kill me. I've harmed too many people these days. I'm living in self-blame and pain every day. I'm neither a human nor a ghost. I've had enough of this life. I beg Benefactor to kill me as soon as possible. Shaoli actually took the initiative to ask for death. Qin Feng loosened his grip and released Shaoli's neck. Benefactor. Shaoli looked at Qin Feng in astonishment. Tell me about you. Qin Feng was still too soft-hearted. When he looked at the lonely and destitute Shaoli, he thought of the lonely and helpless Lin Beibei. Shaoli felt a bit of warmth in her heart. The last time she saw Qin Feng, she felt that Qin Feng was a good person. So, after tricking Qin Feng to the ghost-faced evil king tonight, Shaoli felt guilty and let Qin Feng leave. After a moment of silence, Shaoli told Qin Feng about her story. Benefactor, I was originally a child from a poor family in Acropolis City. One night, I was captured on my way home after finishing work. When I woke up, I saw the ghost-faced evil king. At the time, there were a dozen or so men and women who were captured. We were all killed by the ghost-faced evil king, but before we died, the ghost-faced evil king told us a secret mental cultivation method and told us to try cultivating it. Among the dozen or so people, only my body was suitable for cultivating the secret mental cultivation method. So, I had a second life in a half-dead state. Later, I found out that I was cultivating the ghost cultivator's cultivation method, and the reason why the ghost-faced evil king did this was because he wanted to cultivate a few ghost cultivators by his side to help him cultivate. Later, I was brought to Devil City. The ghost-faced evil king told me to trick a few martial artists to go to his place every night. I was forced to go out and harm people. But I always chose those lecherous people to frame. This way I felt somewhat comforted in my heart. Ever since I met my benefactor that night, I have always felt guilty in my heart. Shaoli briefly told him her story and Qin Feng listened attentively. Everyone in this world has a sad story, and these stories are usually hidden in everyone's heart. You can go, I won't kill you. Don't harm people anymore. That ghost-faced evil king has already been killed by me. No one will threaten you anymore. Qin Feng's heart softened. He waved his hand and prepared to let Shaoli go. Shaoli suddenly froze. Benefactor, you killed the ghost-faced evil king? He is a level 9 nefarious cultivator, comparable to an orthodox true Qi stage martial cultivator. Shaoli had always thought that Qin Feng had taken her and escaped. She didn't expect that Qin Feng would directly kill the ghost-faced evil king. Looking at the young Qin Feng, Shaoli found it hard to believe. You will understand after you look at the direction of the ghost-faced evil king's base. I have an irreconcilable grudge with the Verdant sect. I will kill anyone I see from the Verdant sect. Qin Feng said indifferently. Shaoli hastily ran to the window. The sky of the ghost-faced evil king's base was still burning. Shaoli finally believed it. If the ghost-faced evil king was not dead, how could she and her benefactor escape? Benefactor, please accept Shaoli's 3 kowtows. Shaoli suddenly knelt in front of Qin Feng. Ever since she was kidnapped and then killed, she had been living a life of darkness. The reason why she insisted on living was because she wanted to use the ghost cultivator's cultivation method to make herself stronger. Although Shaoli had always been following the ghost-faced evil king and doing bad things, she had sworn in her heart that one day, she would personally kill the ghost-faced evil king. Now that Qin Feng had helped Shaoli fulfill her wish, tears rolled down Shaoli's ice-cold cheeks. After kowtowing 3 times, Shaoli suddenly pulled out a dagger from her waist and quickly stabbed it into her heart. What are you doing? Qin Feng casually waved his hand. A crisp sound rang out and the dagger in Shaoli's hand fell to the ground. Shaoli collapsed against the pillar at the side, her expression was gloomy. Benefactor, please let me die. I can't live this kind of life anymore. Now that I have avenged myself, I have no more worries. I want to know the sins of this life. Shaoli pleaded. Qin Feng felt a slight pain in his heart. Shaoli was beautiful and tall. She could have lived a good life, but her life was ruined by the people of the Verdant sect. She was as kind as Lin Beibei, but their fates were completely different. Since you call me a benefactor, then don't seek death. I didn't save you for nothing. Your life isn't yours now, it's mine. From now on you'll stay by my side and be my maid. Since you've been forced to harm so many people, then do more good deeds in the future to make up for your sins. Qin Feng's body was still emitting the aura of the halo of justice. and he looked like a Buddha in the night. Xiao Li's gloomy and confused eyes suddenly lit up. She looked at the handsome and tall Qin Feng and fantasized in her heart. How good would it be if she could get to know her benefactor earlier? Benefactor, Xiao Li will listen to you. From now on, I will follow Master at all times and take care of Master's daily needs. Xiao Li was full of yearning for life. She had obtained her third life, and she wanted to cherish this rebirth that her benefactor had given her. I'm Qin Feng. Qin Feng nodded at Xiao Li. Xiao Li covered her mouth and exclaimed, Benefactor, why you're Qin Feng? The #1 hedonistic young master of Acropolis City, young Master Qin? Qin Feng remembered that Xiao Li was also from Acropolis City, so it was not surprising that she knew his name. That's right, that bastard is me. Xiao Li was amused by Qin Feng's humor. It was Qin Feng's first time seeing this woman smile. Although her expression was a little stiff and her skin and temperature were cold, Xiao Li's smile was like a short-lived epiphyllum in the dark night, and it made Qin Feng's eyes light up. Benefactor, the verdant sect is after you. You must be careful. Xiao Li quickly regained her composure and looked at Qin Feng worriedly. Qin Feng didn't care about the verdant sect. As long as they dared to come, Qin Feng would make sure they would never return. Qin Feng remembered that the system rewarded him with a soul-suppressing orb when he completed the haunted culprit quest not long ago. Soul-suppressing orb, a treasure for ghost cultivators. It can help ghost cultivators suppress their souls and speed up their cultivation. Keep the soul-suppressing orb in your mouth and you can live like a normal person. Qin Feng was delighted when he read the description of the soul-suppressing orb. This treasure was perfect for Xiao Li. Benefactor, I suddenly remembered something. I'm half human and half ghost now. I can only hide in the dark during the day and can't follow Master all the time. But at night I will take good care of Master. Xiao Li looked at Qin Feng sadly. Qin Feng flipped his hand, and a dark green orb with a gentle glow floated in the dark night. It was the same size and appearance as a luminous pearl. Is this the soul-suppressing orb? Xiao Li couldn't help but exclaim. That's right. This is a gift for you. You should know how to use it. Qin Feng smiled. 2 streams of tears streaked down Xiao Li's cheeks. This soul-suppressing orb was the treasure of ghost cultivators. It was priceless. Xiao Li didn't expect Qin Feng to give it to her so easily. Master, Xiao Li has nothing to repay you. If Master doesn't mind my cold body, please let Xiao Li serve Master. Xiao Li suddenly took off her white robe and walked towards Qin Feng naked. Qin Feng was surrounded by beauties, but he had to admit that Xiao Li was also an outstanding beauty. Her looks could compete with Lin Bei Bei, and her figure was as seductive as Bai Qing. Xiao Li, take the soul-suppressing orb first and cultivate. I didn't spare your life because of this. Live a good life and help others. That will be your repayment to me. Qin Feng looked at Xiao Li seriously. Xiao Li's expression was complicated. She quickly knelt on the ground and said, Master, please calm down. Xiao Li's level of thinking is too low and has tarnished Master's realm. Chapter 1004. Thank you, Master, for giving me the soul-suppressing orb. Don't worry, Xiao Li's life belongs to Master from now on. I'll do whatever Master tells me to do. Xiao Li put on her clothes and looked at Qin Feng gratefully. Qin Feng was quite interested in ghost cultivators, so he asked, That's right. What's your strength now? How are ghost cultivators divided? Master, the major realms of ghost cultivators are divided into Little Ghost, Great Ghost, Ghost General, Ghost King and Ghost Immortal. There should be even higher realms after that, but the cultivation technique I practice only talks about the Ghost Immortal realm. Little Ghost is the same as Master's inner Qi and Great Ghost corresponds to true Qi. Xiao Li is untalented, so she only reached Immortal Stage 6 after cultivating for half a year. Xiao Li's words shocked Qin Feng. She went from a normal person to Stage 6 inner Qi in half a year. This speed was even faster than people from the outer martial arts sections. Moreover, Xiao Li was only a ghost cultivator, half human and half ghost. She probably could only cultivate at night. Your cultivation speed is very fast. If you continue to develop like this, you have hope of becoming the strongest of the ghost cultivators. Qin Feng encouraged Xiao Li. Xiao Li was clearly very happy to be praised by Qin Feng. Master, the reason why the Ghostface Evil King didn't kill me back then is because I have a rare natural holy Yin body. It is said that my body can absorb yin qi on its own, and it exists for ghost cultivators. Qin Feng understood. No wonder Shaoli broke through so quickly. It seemed that it was because of her natural holy yin body. Speaking of these special bodies, Qin Feng had met quite a few. For example, Zhao Lingxian was born with charming bones. Her cultivation speed was much faster than women like Bai Qing and Lu Wenjing. Very good, then you can cultivate in peace from now on. If you need any pills or other items you can tell me. Qin Feng looked at Shaoli. Shaoli bowed and said, "Thank you for your concern, Master. Shaoli's cultivation method is different from Master's. I don't need pills, I only need to cultivate by myself. And according to the records of my cultivation method, as long as I can break through to the ghost immortal realm, I can refine my body and return to the human world. Then I will be reborn. It's the same principle as Master cultivating to become an immortal." Qin Feng was slightly startled. The most powerful opponent he had encountered was only at the true Qi stage, but Shaoli said that he was at the immortal ascension stage. From this, it could be seen that the ghost cultivation technique secret manual that Shaoli cultivated was definitely a very high-level cultivation technique. When that time comes, I'll be a fairy. Master probably won't dislike my cold body. Shaoli suddenly looked at Qin Feng coquettishly. Qin Feng came back to his senses. He grabbed Shaoli's arm and said, "That's not what I meant. Don't think too much. We've only known each other for 2 days, so let's go with the flow." Shaoli looked gratefully at Qin Feng. Her previous life couldn't even be described with the word terrible. However, ever since she met Qin Feng, Shaoli felt that this was a reward from the heavens. She was indescribably happy. Master, Little Li will definitely speed up his breakthrough and protect Master's safety in the future. Shaoli's expression was resolute. Qin Feng nodded and started to cultivate. Shaoli also calmed down. She looked at the dark green soul-suppressing orb in her hand and swallowed it. With the soul-suppressing orb in her mouth, Shaoli felt a warm current surge through her ice-cold body. The life force that had long been lost was slowly recovering. It was as if Shaoli had really come back to life. This feeling made Shaoli excited and moved. 2 streaks of tears appeared on her cheeks. She secretly glanced at Qin Feng, who was completely focused on cultivating. Shaoli gritted her teeth and started to cultivate in peace. Cultivation knows no time. The two closed and opened their eyes. The sun was already high up in the sky outside. In the past, at this time, Shaoli would already be hiding in the basement or in a dark room. However, with the soul-suppressing orb, Shaoli was no different from a normal person. She didn't even realize that she was sitting under the sun and cultivating. In one night, Shaoli refined the soul-suppressing orb. The soul-suppressing orb was already swallowed and hidden in her dantian. "Shaoli, let's go eat together." Qin Feng was a bit hungry after cultivating for a night. Plus, he hadn't gone to see Dongfang Qing Shui for a night, so he was more or less worried about that Missy's safety. Shaoli hurriedly got up and took the initiative to help Qin Feng up. Qin Feng grabbed Shaoli's arm and felt that it wasn't as cold to the touch. He then looked at Shaoli's complexion. It was no longer as pale as paper and had a hint of rosy color. She was simply as enchanting as a fairy that walked out of a painting. Shaoli became nervous under Qin Feng's burning gaze. She purposely stuck her body to Qin Feng and put on a position that allowed Qin Feng to do whatever he wanted. After Qin Feng returned to his senses, he lightly pushed Shaoli away and said calmly, "Looks like the soul-suppressing orb's effects are very good. You can now live like a normal person." "Thank you, Master." It was Master who gave Shaoli a third life. Shaoli was extremely grateful. Qin Feng smiled and already walked out of the house. Shaoli followed behind Qin Feng. Looking at the sunlight and the fragrance of flowers outside, Shaoli was so touched that she wanted to cry again. Sichuan Restaurant. Dongfang Qing Shui crawled out of bed with panda eyes. She waited for Qin Feng until very late last night, but Qin Feng didn't return again. Although Dongfang Qing Shui said that she wouldn't sleep in the same room as Qin Feng, that was her pride as a young miss. If Qin Feng really did come back and say something nice, Dongfang Qing Shui would definitely let Qin Feng sleep on the sofa. This bastard, what's he being so arrogant about? Since he doesn't want to come back, then he can sleep on the streets every day. After Dongfang Qing Shui woke up and discovered that Qin Feng wasn't there, she started to curse Qin Feng angrily. At this time, someone knocked on the door. Dongfang Qingxue thought that Qin Feng had returned, so she ran to open the door barefooted. Sect leader Qin Yuan? Senior brothers and sisters, you're here. Dongfang Qingxue looked at the four people outside the door with pleasant surprise. It was the sect leader of the Blue Moon Observatory who walked in with two female disciples and a male disciple. Qingxue, I'll have to trouble you this time. Sect leader Qin Yuan didn't put on any airs in front of Dongfang Qingxue. After all, the Blue Moon Observatory was only a small, unranked sect in the martial arts world. The sect leader of Qin Yuan was only a stage 8 inner chi cultivator, which was a far cry from Dongfang Qingxue's grandfather. Junior sister Qingxue, long time no see. The two female disciples greeted Dongfang Qingxue after entering the room. The great senior brother was dressed in a fluttering white robe. He looked elegant and suave. After entering the room, he stared at Dongfang Qingxue and couldn't move his eyes away. Junior sister Qingxue, you haven't gone to the sect to cultivate. We've missed you so much. Everyone looked at Qinhai. Dongfang Qingxue frowned slightly. Senior brother Qinhai, long time no see. Qinhai walked to Dongfang Qingxue's side with a smile and reached out to grab her wrist. Dongfang Qingxue was so frightened that she immediately took a step back. Senior brother Qinhai, what are you doing? Hee. Junior sister Qingxue, don't be afraid. I just want to see if junior sister's strength has regressed. It's rare for us to leave the sect, so as the great senior brother, I should give junior sister a few pointers. The other two female disciples glared at Qinhai. Qinhai was known as a playboy in the sect, and he often teased the female disciples of the Azure Moon Shrine. However, Qinhai was talented and smart, and he was the strongest among the young disciples of the Azure Moon Shrine. He was only 25 years old and he had already reached stage 7 inner chi. Therefore he was valued by the sect master of Qin Yuan's sect, and no one dared to say anything. I'm still a stage 4 inner chi cultivator. I haven't improved or regressed. There's no need for senior brother Qinhai to check. Dongfang Qingxue's expression turned cold. The sect leader of Qin Yuan's sect couldn't stand it anymore. After all, Dongfang Qingxue's family background was strong. Qinhai, we've traveled a long way to get here. We're a little hungry now. Go get something to eat. I'll have a chat with Qingxue. Qinhai reluctantly left after the sect leader spoke. As soon as he left, the other two female disciples heaved a sigh of relief. Sect leader of Qin Yuan sect. The two female disciples looked at Qin Yuan's sect with grievances. Qin Yuan didn't wait for them to say anything and interrupted. All right, the martial arts circle convention is about to begin. Let's not talk about other things for now. The sect leader of Qin Yuan's sect knew that Qinhai was a lecher. However, the Blue Moon Observatory was lagging behind. There were only 30 disciples in the sect. Among them, only the two female disciples in front of him had broken through to stage 6 inner chi. Qinhai was the only one in stage 7 inner chi. The sect leader of Qin Yuan's sect was at his wits' end. If he taught Qinhai a lesson now and ran away in a fit of anger, then there would be no one left in the younger generation of the Blue Moon Observatory. Qingxue, I've made a fool of myself in front of you. The sect leader of Qin Yuan's sect looked at Dongfang Qingxue apologetically. Although Dongfang Qingxue was a tsundere, she was a kind woman. She understood the sect leader of Qin Yuan's sect's concerns. She smiled and said, Sect leader, you must be tired from rushing here. Take a seat and rest for a while. I'll make a cup of tea for you. Dongfang Qingxue ran off to pour tea. The sect leader of Qin Yuan's sect and the two female disciples looked around the room. It was a standard room with good furnishings. It even had a balcony and a bathroom. Qingxue came alone. After looking around the room, the sect leader of Qin Yuan's sect looked at Dongfang Qingxue in surprise. Dongfang Qingxue didn't understand. She said nervously, Sect leader, I came alone. Is there a problem? The sect leader of Qin Yuan's sect's expression changed. How did you get this room if you came alone? Since the martial arts circle convention is going to be held here, the rooms are very tight. Moreover, relationships with the outside world are useless here. The Demon City has been occupied by the foreign martial arts circle for the past week. Even the Chinese government has sent people to disperse the civilians nearby. This place is the same as the foreign martial arts circle. There aren't many rules. If you want to book a room, you have to rely on your fist. You're only a stage 4 inner chi cultivator. How did you get this room by yourself? The Blue Moon Observatory's sect leader of Qing Yuan sect thought quickly. Dong Feng Qing Shui's pretty face turned slightly red. She didn't mention Qin Feng on purpose because she was afraid that the sect leader and senior sister would find out about her relationship with Qin Feng's fiancé. She didn't expect the sect leader of Qin Yuan sect to see through her. Sect leader of Qin Yuan sect, I actually came with a friend. Dong Feng Qing Shui had no choice but to tell Qin Feng. You're tuning in to the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.